That was
Hello
not
there,
good.
everybody. Welcome to the Mystic Tavern, the only place that can't finish their introduction because we're going too fast. What's going on, Lewis? What is this, Mad Max?
Yeah, speaking of going too fast, we are picking up where the last session left off with our adventurers in Avernus, as they have been for quite a while now. They're now on the proper plains of Avernus, beneath the floating city of Elturel, where after dealing with a summoned treant that had, funnily enough, nothing to do with the devils, that was all sneak,
As per the
they
usual.
encountered two Kenku that they have been looking for on... Oh look, there's Zariel with a makeover. They encountered two Kenku on an infernal war machine, a mechanical contraption of hellish origin, which is basically something out of Mad Max. No copyright infringement there. Anyway, the two Kenku were scavenging in an area out of their own territory when they were spotted by another war machine crew. As the party encountered them, helped them get their own war machine repaired. Then the party jumped on to make their way back to Mad Maggie's lair.
Come on, could have been more subtle.
Yeah, it could have been more subtle. Yeah. Blame the writers at Wizard.
Wait, I don't get it. What?
But yeah, so you guys are on this war machine with Chukka and Clink, the two Kenku, as you got some demon ichor off of a cloth that Higa wiped their face with after they got splashed with it earlier.
Oh yeah.
And then put it in the furnace of the machine, which made it go faster for a little while. So you guys are travelling along at quite a pace now. This machine goes along at, let's have a look at the start block. It goes along at 100 foot every round. So, John, you're our resident speed calculator.
It's very
Freaking
slow.
Shadow, though, is it? Like,
It's not quite Shadow, no. These things aren't very fast. They're like tanks, basically. They're not.
Larkin, the Ranger, was faster yesterday.
Yep. Yeah, but Larkin was Naruto running.
That's true.
Ah,
how many feet per
Fact check,
second?
he was.
Or not
100
second,
foot
per...
for 6 seconds.
100 foot per 6 seconds, yeah.
This is where we find out it's 30 miles per hour.
It's probably like 10 miles an hour.
Yeah. It's slow.
Yeah, they're basically they're more tanks than like the big
Even
machines.
tanks are faster than that.
Oh my god, what I imagined this was so changed now.
Wow. We could literally
The
run
slowest
faster
chase
than this.
scene ever.
Okay, the people chasing us, we can just get off and run faster than them. We're fine.
if we dash, we move at 60 feet per second, per round. Like, we barely fall behind at this point. Like,
Although, good news, if Sneak falls off, she bonus
Oh,
action
damn.
dashes and action dashes, she'll be able to catch up.
yeah.
Hey, look, this isn't
Think
a
about
high
pushing me
technology level, all right? This is the fastest thing they can make. But yeah, anyway, you are on this scavenger infernal war machine with the grappling claw at the back. Chukka is driving the machine. Clink is manning the right hand harpoon station. Where would you guys like to be? In fact, you know what? I'm going to get you guys on roll 20. Just let me put some fog of war on this.
Oh, okay.
Goodbye, Zariel.
Rest in peace, Ariel.
Bye bye.
She would have loved Among Us.
Among Us.
Does
The airship.
are these things able to like crash through things, dealing damage?
Maybe.
Perhaps.
What is there to run into, though?
Yeah, you're
Oh,
you're
I,
on the
I had an
back.
idea of something they
Infernal
could run into.
Okay, so can you guys see? Can you guys see the machine?
No.
I can
see
see another
Zariel.
bit of Zariel being drawn up.
Oh,
yeah.
have I not?
I
Oh,
do not
why is
believe.
Have you dragged us across?
Good to see
Yeah,
you,
I thought I had.
Cloud. Lol, Chungus Chungus Among Us.
It's a new map,
Oi.
Callum. Gosh, get on it.
Right, let me just
All you
leave and
care about is
rejoin.
Hearthstone.
Hey,
Quick looking out.
I wasn't even talking about Hearthstone. What?
Oh, I never said you were.
Whoops.
Oh, that's
But now
a
you
close-up.
are.
There we
Because you
go.
brought it up.
Welcome to the Mystic Tavern, the most failure of a
I thought
stream.
she was going to steal my soul.
Hey, look, our viewers get to
I
enjoy.
will now loudly
Mustachio
get
Zariel.
biscuits out of a packet.
I mean, to be honest, she chose a terrible colour for her dress. Why would you choose yellow in Avernus?
No,
Yeah, I know, right? It just doesn't
imagine.
look good, does it?
Just clashes.
It's not great, if I'm honest.
Yeah, well,
It's
actually,
very
guys,
see-through.
I think we should kill her. She appears to have stolen Ted's
Colour theory
moustache.
101. Ted could
How
trademark that.
dare they?
Wait a second, who's this?
That's the nightmare from before. Truffle's his friend.
Oh, yeah.
That's the one you trapped in another place, I think. They probably can get out.
Yeah, that custom character based on Magnus and Allen, that's definitely in the official art for Descent into
Wait, is that a
Avernus.
creature in the background? Like directly underneath the box? It looks like there's a giant eye.
Yeah, I think it's like the face of a skull.
Is it
honestly,
that giant
this
I
place
face in
think
the
that's
memory?
just thematic. I don't think that's actually a thing, unless I,
why
haven't
did we
read
come
that
to
far
hell?
in the book yet.
I
Oh,
don't know. I can
right.
see a certain Legend of Zelda game being here, and that could be a moon.
Right, have I dragged you across
Goodbye,
now?
Zariel.
We have been
Yes.
Okay,
Bye-bye.
cool. I think I'd lost my connection to the game.
Is that a gun
Alright.
next
I
to
was
one
still
of
on the
them?
map, but
Ooh,
so do you want to
Might need a bit of a zoom
send
in.
through
wait,
a
wait.
Pretty.
Before you put us on there, which is the front?
There we go.
I think it's the left-hand side.
It's the front. Okay, so where the exhausts are, that's the back.
Yeah, the
where
crane is
Oh,
at the
okay,
back.
they're
normally be.
exhausts.
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
those
So
are
happy.
exhausts.
This
So
is-
you've got two harpoons on either side. You've got Chucker who's in the driver's seat. Let me just so you can see like there's actually a seat there
I really quite like the name.
with like
Is
a
this
skull.
steering wheel a
steering wheel.
skull? This
Yes,
is some
it
edge level
is.
stuff.
This is just Warhammer, isn't it? This is what Warhammer is, I think.
Okay. Yeah, they are basically all of Avernus is just chaos from Warhammer.
Oh.
Right.
Okay, Ephraim, where would you like to go?
This is
I
tiny.
would like to sit over here, please.
Okay,
Thank you.
Higa, where would you like to go with your aura?
Oh.
Ooh.
In the middle.
Thought you might want to go there. Alan,
Can't think of why.
Could I mount a harpoon?
yeah, you can go over
I
on
can
the
think of
harpoon.
no one I would rather have on the harpoon.
Magnus?
Quick question.
Yes.
Is there anything loose around here, like a bucket around or something for emergency purposes?
Sure, there's a bucket
Okay,
here.
may I wear the bucket on my head and then sit on top of one of the other harpoons like Tank Girl?
You can go next to the harpoon, like where Clink is, if you like, but
Sure, that
Clink's
sounds
manning the other harpoon.
That sounds good.
Back off! Get your own!
No. No.
Clink's got that one.
Yeah.
Go fight with your twin if you want the other one.
No. This is my moment.
Bam, where are you going?
The one below Higa.
Okay.
Right there.
Do you guys still want the name tags, by the way, or are they just getting in the way of it with the tokens being so close together?
No, they're alright.
They're fine.
Okay.
I think mine's in the way,
Fran, where
if I'm
does
honest.
Sneak want to go?
I don't mind.
You have that space, or that space. Those are the two that are still available.
Oh no.
Behind everyone.
There is a space.
What, on the
Yeah.
exhaust?
No, just leave me.
Oh, there.
Yeah.
Okay, so you would be manning the grappling hook if you wanted to.
Ooh.
Truffles can go here.
It's a grappling hook. I thought it was just the crane.
It's basically like a crane / grappling hook. Like, I guess both apply to it.
This is cramped.
Back over there, Truffles. Yeah, it is very
Truffles
cramped.
can
Sorry,
perch on
guys.
the side.
Alright, Truffles can perch
Truffles
on the
suck
side
somewhere the
then.
exhaust
Truffles
pipes.
could probably fly
We're going
faster
to
than this thing.
bond.
Oh,
Yeah.
Truffles can just fly next to it, I suppose.
Never-ending story.
So your speed boost from the bit of demon ichor gets you quite far ahead of this other machine. You see it kind of in the middle distance, still following Clink and Chucker's Infernal War Machine. Doesn't seem to be gaining on you. And then you see its exhausts kind of flare up in the same way that yours did with the demon ichor. And it gets closer and closer as Chucker's like, oh, you guys better get ready.
Right.
We're going to have a fight on our hands.
I've somehow ready the harpoon. Whatever that is.
It rotates on the platforms. So you
Cool.
can kind of like swing it around to face the back.
Wouldn't have it any other way, my avian pal.
It's going to be
It's
like
like a
Millennium
turret,
Falcon in
basically.
episode 4.
And you can see that in so the steering wheel that Chucker's got. It's kind of like a sort of almost circular skull design with these handles on either side for him to turn it.
God.
And like mounted in the forehead of this skull is what looks to be this kind of disc-like object, which has kind of hellish runes inscribed on it. And it seems to be glowing as it is mounted on this thing on the steering wheel. You can all see that because you are all within 5 foot of it, apart from Truffles and Sneak. What? Truffles is flying nearby. Unless you...
Stop asking me.
But yeah, so this thing gets closer and closer until eventually. Do you guys want to do anything as it's approaching?
And I'm just aiming the crossbow.
Warning shot.
What
That's
does
it.
everything
Oh, no,
around it like? Is it literally just flat Earth?
Okay, let me just.
Yeah, it's not round,
let me
unlike
just-
you, like how they portray it.
Well, in hell it is, because, you know.
Oh no, you've disappeared.
I
We've been
would
sent
like
to
to
the
do
abyss.
something. Lewis.
I don't have
You would
vision.
like to what?
I would like to do something.
What would you like?
I
to
would
do?
like to cast a Sleet Storm behind us, which is a
Okay.
40-foot radius cylinder that will make it. Hopefully they'll struggle to catch up with us because it will be real slippy.
There you go.
Oh, what's that?
Is that
Looks kind of like a jawbone.
Are we about to crash into something already?
Yes. No. Okay, so I'll tell you how we're going to do this. So the distance is going to be relative. You guys aren't going to be moving across the map. The other war machine, if it travels faster or slower than you, it will move closer or further away, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the distances are going to be relative rather than actually moving across the map each turn.
Oh, yeah, because that would be hell with moving that many tokens.
Oh, literally, these things are going to be hell to move anyway.
Welcome to the
Okay,
verse.
so you are casting Sleet Storm. How far away are you casting it away?
I will cast it just behind us, like 50 foot behind us. So,
Like
yeah, because the cast range is 150. Yep. And then there will just
And,
be a 40-foot radius Sleet Storm.
40-foot radius. Okay, I thought of a clever way to do this.
Nice. So the ground is covered in a slick ice, and it makes it difficult terrain.
I mean, they do have spice.
I
So
don't know
the
how they would
centre-
make dex saves.
At the centre of this Sleet Storm
I mean-
is apparently going to be a skeleton.
And then you're going to give it an aura.
No, Sammy!
Clever.
Yeah, exactly. I'm going to give it an aura.
That's such an awkward way to do it.
You could make like spell template tokens technically, but
I
yeah.
mean, so okay, yeah, probably.
But honestly, I prefer to have a
40-foot
skeleton summon.
radius, yeah.
Yep.
Okay, what color would you like it to be?
I want it to be icy blue, like my
Icy
eyes.
blue.
Radius. Is that from the middle or is that across?
Radius is from the middle.
Oh,
So
right.
that is
That's
how
like-
far it is.
Wait, that's massive then.
It's huge.
It is.
It's that, but in a round.
Yep. It's mad.
Oh, so it like touched the back of our car.
It's fine. We're speeding
Yeah.
away from it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit, I'm gonna have to move the
Yeah,
sleep
you're gonna
storm,
have to
but it's
move the
great
sleep storm
because I can
every
move
turn.
the skeleton, which makes it a lot easier.
Lewis, have you
'Cause it just
considered
moves
moving the
with
map?
skeleton?
Yeah. Have you considered moving the map backwards?
The
Like,
map
around
isn't
it?
big enough to,
Oh, no.
to be like rolling. It's not like one of those things that they used to have in like
Really
the background
long.
of car shots
Yeah.
in movies
Yeah.
where it just like spins around the rollers. It's not like that, unfortunately.
But yeah, Lewis, how will an infernal war machine make deck saves?
Actually, oops.
I think
Maybe
they
it'd be
just
the driver?
automatically fail.
I can make.
Yes.
I can actually make the, the image on the screen do that.
Oh, that's cool.
Hold on. There we go.
Let me have a look.
I'm also going to call out to Bam and be like, Bam, if
an
the
infernal
driver gets
machine-
close enough, should we do the 1-2 combo we used on that devil in the hall before?
This is up.
What? Just banishment?
Yep.
Yeah.
Just lost the driver.
I
But
have
then
a
if he
backup
comes
plan
back,
if they
he,
get too
he would
close,
appear
though.
off the vehicle.
He'll
Sure,
appear
it's
about
too much
600
deck
foot
saves.
behind.
Well, I think they make deck saves, but I think they make them at like disadvantage or something like that.
Okay.
I knew you were going to ask me a question I didn't know the answer to immediately.
Look, guys.
It's because you
I've
said
made
you
it
won't
roll.
do anything, and I was like,
This
hey,
is just my opinion. Wouldn't it be the driver doing the deck save as he's in control of the machine?
Guys,
yeah,
I've made
and
it
they'll
scroll
apply
real
like their
Oh, that's
proficiency in
what I was looking
with
for.
vehicle handling.
And that's what I think this is what I read. An Infernal War Machine with no driver automatically fails deck saves.
Okay. Well, we can make that happen.
A
It has
driver
no
proficient
driver.
land vehicles can add its proficiency bonus to abilities checks and saving throws.
Guys-
Cool.
Guys, you know who the driver is, don't you?
Creek.
Kylo Ren himself, Adam Driver.
Uh,
I believe you
uh,
paid for him to be on the stream.
Wow.
Whoa.
I mean, he hasn't got
Wait,
much to do
can
recently.
you guys not see the aura? Can't
No.
see it,
I
can
can
you?
see the aura.
We're not gifted like you are.
No, not.
I can see
not
Hegas,
his aura.
but
Oh.
you can say
Yeah,
gives
no,
off
I
light.
can. I've done it now. I've done it.
Okay.
You should be able to see it now.
Still can't. Let me refresh that.
Fast-paced action.
Only the
You see
quality, most quality of streaming here on the Mystic Tavern.
But I said it was going to be a learning experience.
Exactly.
I'm
And
not
we are learning
complaining.
and
It's
we are
learning.
This is a
experiencing.
feature.
It's
This
a
isn't
learning
a bug.
experience for.
So, Lewis, you should check
can you
out
see
my
it now?
ship
You
chase
can't see it still,
system
can
I
you?
made sometime.
No.
Maybe if I allow it to be controlled by you, as long as you will promise not to move it.
Special sorries to
I can
We
see
can
it.
see it now.
the builder that Jacob befriended today.
I don't know. I thought that was kind of funny.
Right? Oh yeah, you can see it now. Cool.
We
Yeah,
are
we can
glad
see it
to
now.
have a new follower.
Right. So, let me just zoom out so I can reveal this.
I might start doing that at work.
Holly, don't.
Well, you'd have to go
So
to work
this-
for that to happen.
I was going to say.
This other war machine catches up to you and goes straight into the sleet storm.
Oh no! Oh, but how many people are on the war machine?
You can count.
Can we see in the sleet storm?
Bam! It's gonna be great.
Can we see in the sleet storm?
Oh, that's a good point, isn't it?
Oh, that's a very
that's a
different
good question.
vehicle.
Can they?
Why do they get the cool one?
They do get
No offense, Clink and Chucker.
Yeah.
Chuck is like,
I'm
"None
taken."
taken."
Hey.
That's insane.
It
That was
is
great.
heavily obscured, and exposed flames in the area are doused. So I've brought some nice calm to Avernus.
Does the engine class as an exposed flame?
I hope so.
Okay,
Wait,
I think at this point,
There are Skaven on that fucking thing.
yeah, it's Warhammer.
Oh my god.
Okay, so I think at this point we need to roll initiative.
Hold on.
Woohoo!
Oh, no, I'm not allowed to do a thing yet, am I?
Okay, no, I'll say like the sleet storm was the thing that you managed to do before they caught up.
Oh, I need to.
Okay.
I will run it by me. What did you want to do?
I was going to cast Wall of Stone just on the edge of the sleet storm,
So they can't see it, and they're just like, oh no.
so they crash into a wall. I was going to make
Sexy.
a ramp, but we'll wait for
well,
initiative.
you
'cause I want it to be a ramp.
Make a ramp. Just make them do a sick jump. That would be
Make a ramp. I've discovered a Wall of Stone.
yeah, they get 50 points for that.
In fact, I was thinking we should stop. I make a ramp and they fly over us.
that would be sick.
Only the finest tricks here.
Yes. Okay. Let me roll initiative.
I feel
Oh, would
like-
help if I.
Now is the
Get
time
my
to be
knife.
super creative with spells.
Yeah.
Oh, I
don't know
chose
how
Wall of
it's-
Stone because first I thought a
Can we
Goliath
just
wizard
keep the
would learn
spells
this.
simple so I don't have to look up rules
This is
every
true.
turn?
Oh,
Yeah.
No, because I
Honestly,
want
let's
to learn these
remember
rules, so
the
there will be
rule
more of
of
this in the
cool.
future, so I want to learn it so I know what I'm doing. in
Oh,
the
great.
later ones.
So then we can go wacky with the spell.
Yeah, exactly.
I cast
Okay, let me roll
I'm still
initiative
casting Wall of
for
Stone.
these
We drive up the
guys.
walls.
it feels like the Goliath wizard's signature spell.
Okay. Get rid of those. Oh, what? They've got plus 0? That's bullshit. Excuse
Oh
me for-
no.
Has everyone rolled?
Yep.
Yes.
Mhm.
Okay, cool. So the war machines do not. We'll say they act on
Have an
initiative count
initiative.
20. In terms of their movement and stuff, so that they're synced up. So you're not
Mhm.
going to be having like one move closer and then the other one move away. They're
Thank God for
moving
that.
at the same time.
Mhm.
Okay, cool. So, 25 to 20.
I got 21.
Anybody get above 21? Okay, Bam is up top. Anybody get 20? No. 15 to 19.
19.
17.
Anybody else in that bracket? Okay, so Alan.
Once we actually rolled collectively relatively well.
Yeah, that's not bad. Right, 10 to 15.
13.
Ooh, 20s.
Yeah.
Who wants to go first?
I don't know.
Magnus.
First. Oh, okay.
Okay.
Let's
Magnus
go.
will go
Magnus
first.
first, yeah?
Yep.
Okay, what did Higa and Truffles get?
I already said he got a 15.
Oh, sorry.
And Truffles got
I did not hear you.
Truffles. Oh, I've just rolled for Truffles because I forgot Truffles existed. And
So you
Always
click as
do.
well.
Truffles got a 19. Sorry.
Oh,
Truffles like a booster cushion.
No,
he
Truffles
goes
is
first then.
flying.
Truffles requires a booster seat.
One of those seats, one of those
Legally.
seats you get in the cinema. To okay,
Oh,
so
no.
we got Bam,
This is a
Alan,
4D
Steve,
experience.
Higa, Magnus, and Ephraim. That's all 6 of you. What did Truffles get?
19.
There you go.
I forgot Truffles existed, okay?
That's fair.
Don't tell her that.
Maybe
Well,
you have three characters
Actually,
now.
I just realised I forgot to roll for the I was going to say Ravens then. Kenku.
Our feathered friends.
No, don't. Oh.
Our
Avian allies.
Our frightful
Yeah, the allies.
feathered friend.
Bang bang chitty. Wait, what?
Our corvid companions.
Corvette. Let's see that.
There is a menacing amount of flipping going on here. I'm scared.
Sorry. A Kenku in the Monster Manual, I think they are.
Yeah,
aren't
they are. They are.
Hmm.
They
Cool,
are
cool.
indeed.
Hmm.
Because it'll
Would
just
you like
help
me to
if I
bring
could
it
have
up
both.
on the Discord?
You can do
You're
that.
going to look big dumb if it doesn't work now.
It's alright. I like having it in real
I forgot
life.
what to write in.
Do you want me to find the page?
No, I've nearly got it.
Mom Kenku.
What's that Pokemon? It's a Kenku.
Scoopy Doopy.
There we go.
Kenku.
Got it.
There's.
Cool.
I'm not allowed a picture of it. Boo.
What an autocorrect.
Okay, they got a 12, which means
Mom Kentucky.
I mean, it could be at some point.
Oh,
Let's not rule out the Colonel's down
That is a
there.
Kenku name right there.
Hey, let's just call it chicken.
State of Kentucky in the monster menu.
okay, guys, we're ready.
Yes.
Yes.
Let's go.
First up is Bam. You can do what you wanted to do anyway.
I don't know if I want to do it yet though, because I want the ramp.
So we'll say you
Ooh,
cast
actually.
Sleep Storm while they were in it.
Yep.
And
Did
then,
I have an idea of where they were in the sleet storm?
roll me perception.
Perception.
Yeah, with advantage because you would have seen them before Ephraim cast it.
Kit. Oh, 7.
Yeah, you completely forgot where they were. You could probably get it within 10 foot. So wherever you say you want to cast it, it's going to be 10 foot. So if you say you want to cast it 10 foot in front of the machine, it's going to be 10 foot either like south, north, or east of that.
But I need this to be exact. Can I hold an action?
For if you see it.
Yes.
Okay.
So what I want to do is hold my action to cast Wall of Stone.
Yep.
But I only want half of the thing to go onto it. So like it would ramp up half of it. Ugh. I want half of it to go up the ramp so that it kind of flips over.
Ooh.
Oh, like one of those flip ramp things.
Like
Yeah.
when you drive over a bollard and it's just like, oh no.
Yeah, essentially I just want like
Can
the left
you-
or right
can you
side to
shape
go
a
over.
wall of stone like that? I thought it was
You
just
can.
a wall. Oh,
You
can
can
do it
make
as a slope.
structures, you can make bridges, as long as it is able to become stable by putting the right blocks in the right places.
Okay. Yeah, you could
Minecraft it.
use it to make a slope, I suppose.
You're literally no, it's Fortnite.
Oh yeah.
I can make 10 of them, so I just need to make it
What's the trigger for your held action for this?
when I see them.
Okay, cool.
So I guess when they leave the sleet storm.
All right. So next up are the war machines themselves. Both machines are going to keep moving 100 foot forward. This one is going to move through the sleet storm. What does that mean, please?
So it's
Andy.
difficult terrain. So it's going to be slowed, I guess, and it also needs to make a deck save.
Okay.
And the DC is 16.
The car gets out its little hands and rolls
How
dice.
much is it slowed?
It's difficult terrain, so I guess half.
I don't think difficult terrain affects the war machines,
It
unfortunately.
has
And it
really
will not be
spiky
slowed
wheels,
at
to be
all.
fair.
Yeah, that's fair.
I mean, tanks were running in Russia. so-
True.
Oh yes, realism in hell.
I'd like to be grounded in reality. Insert rope swing over water.
Yeah, I can't see anything about it, but I'm going to say difficult terrain doesn't affect them.
Does it
because
affect the people
wouldn't make
riding on the
sense.
car in any way?
What,
I
they
hope
get
they
dragged
fall over.
behind?
Honestly, the wishy joke, but it's going to happen in a very short amount of time.
No, they get affected by any difficult terrain that they are directly in contact with, which they are not because the machine is.
They
Huh?
feel the cold for the first time ever.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they will get carried forward by the machine through the sleet storm. So they've got cover from the sleet storm in the machine.
So I can see them now.
You can see the front of it. But first, I'm going to roll the deck save because I haven't done that yet. So bear with me to do that.
Didn't you say they fail
what-
automatically?
No, that is if they don't have a driver at
Okay.
the time that the deck save is made.
Is the driver at the front?
The driver, no, the front one is operating the big mangly thing that you can see in the skull face.
Oh,
The
yeah.
driver is the one.
Okay.
The driver is here.
Oh, I don't like the mangly thing. We should probably
No.
do that.
Yeah.
Why didn't we have one of those? We just have nothing.
Okay, that is they rolled a 2, so I'm going to guess they
The
fail
web
their
on the
deck
back
save. So
raising his
what
arse up.
happens?
Well, they fall prone, so I don't know if you want to decide on something relative to war
they are
machines.
not-
Slide into my
They are
ramp.
not
flip
immune
over.
to prone, but I would say Sleet Storm logically would not cause a machine to flip.
No, no, actually.
But my wall of stone.
Your Wall of Stone might do. We will see. Yeah, it is not. Yeah, not immune to prone. Yes.
Something
Okay, cool.
cool, Lewis, and then we're all good.
Does Sleet Storm do anything else? Does it?
No,
do
no,
any
no. It's
damage?
just controlling areas.
Okay, cool. Right, over to Alum then. As this machine is not slowed, it remains as far away from you as it was before. Okay, the skeleton is literally on the edge of the map, so I'm just going to delete him because that would be behind it by now, the Sleet Storm.
Farewell. Little did we know thee.
Right. I'm going to cast Holy Weapon on
Oh,
my
sorry,
harpoon bolt.
actually, 1 second. Sorry, Alan. Sorry, John.
Do I not see it?
Okay. It's going to take a second.
La creatura.
But my flippy ramp.
Oh, yeah, sorry. You can do the flippy ramp.
Yay.
Sorry, yeah, John will be with you in a second.
That's all right.
Describe flippy ramp. Where's it going?
Okay,
what does it look like?
So it is whatever the ground is made of.
Yep.
As I stamp my foot, what's the halfway point? It's 5 squares across, so I guess
It's like here.
3. Yeah. So we'll say it's a 10-foot walls I can make. So
Yep.
we'll say it's the 2 on that side there were. And essentially I'm going to make a ramp so it goes high enough where the one on the side that's not the ramp should
It's like
make it.
here and here.
Yes. And I can make 10 of
Okay.
them. But it can't go 100 foot across because I got to make it stable.
make
So say it's
10
like
of
60
what?
foot.
10 of the 10-foot squares. Rectangle.
Oh, okay, wait. So each square is like that, yeah?
Yes.
You can make 10 of those. That's insane.
It is 5th level, so I'd hope so.
Fortnite.
Oh, okay. Okay, so
Yeah.
what are we saying? Like 3, like that, and then
Yeah, a bit like that. We'll say there's 4 across because I need to have some of them underneath to make it stable, as that's something specific said in it.
okay.
This is fucking genius.
You understand what I'm trying to say, though, right? Like if your cars,
So you want to just do
going
it
up.
like
No.
no,
No, like this. Hold on. So like
But now we've made a chair.
this.
Pam really is just playing Minecraft at this point.
yeah, but that's only 6.
Yeah, but he's got to have some to prop it up.
Oh, I see.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
Because if it was
how high
just
do you want it to
flat-
go?
Well, I want it to be high enough, well, as high as I can make it, so that when the machine with only half of it going across it will flip over.
All right. You know what? Let's just not get into the specifics. The specifics of this. Let's just say it just happens.
I don't know how
So-
to describe it.
Roll me a. Is there a save or anything with this? Does it have ramping rules?
No.
I think you're asking a lot
Just-
for
it's
this
just-
book.
What you decide,
Then
I guess.
okay,
I mean,
you roll me a d20 to see how well you build this, and I will roll a deck save on the part of the driver.
I hope it's better than my not tying skills.
I got 15. Can anyone else describe my ramp better than me? Because I'm really struggling.
Right, so
I
only one of the sides of the mech would go up it, and it would be very steep.
Yes.
So
So
the
yeah,
idea is that it unsettles the balance of it as it's moving.
So it's kind of like those things that you back cars up onto in garages. You know
Yes.
those metal chock things, but just one on one side.
Mm.
how
Yeah,
tall are these
that's a better
vehicles?
That's a better way to
It's got +2. It rolled an 8.
I got a
Um,
15.
Right. So which way do you wish to flip it?
I think it'd flip it over to the it'd flip it on its right hand
Like, do
side.
you
I
want
mean,
to
the
flip
side
on
that the ramp
its-
isn't.
Yeah, because it would
Okay.
that side would go up and then it would come over. It's all Fast and the Furious now.
So are you trying to flip it on its left or its right? Because I'm assuming you're trying to flip it onto one of its sides.
I think it'd flip
on its right.
Yes.
Yeah. It would
Yeah,
flip
the
on
right
its
side, because
Okay.
the left side's going up the ramp.
Okay. Cool.
So
Um.
on this
I'm trying to
stream,
find an image.
it keeps popping up Alan huge anus.
Yeah, you're welcome.
It's like the fucking Moe's Tavern joke in The Simpsons.
okay. So
I'm looking for a Hugh.
we'll say it moves forward by hang on.
Excellent.
1, 2.
I have a feeling it's not, is it?
Okay, that's
Okay, so it moves forward by like 6, and then as it goes over the ramp, it kind of I'll move the other stuff in a minute. It's kind of flips over, flips up about 45 degrees on its right hand wheels. Kind of, I would say it 2 wheels it, but it's got 3 wheels on that side. And it teeters as it keeps going along. It looks like it's almost about to fall onto its side, and then it smashes back onto all of its wheels.
Damn. What number did I need?
There you go.
You needed to beat it by an amount.
7 wasn't enough. I'll remember that for next time. Okay, well, there's my 5th level. Go on, guys.
Yep, that's Alan's turn.
Right.
So it didn't flip over.
I did nothing.
It went on its side and it was teetering, but then it went back onto its
It's like
onto the 4
when
wheels.
you almost get the crane machine prize.
Yep.
Right.
Oh, by the way, guys, the harpoons have 120 foot range, and the grappling claw has 15 foot.
Cool.
Just so you know. So, Alan, you're at one of the harpoon machines.
Yes, I will cast
Harpoon turrets?
holy weapon on the harpoon.
Okay. Remind me what that does.
It gives it an extra 2d8 radiant damage, and
Smite by War Machine.
as a bonus action, well, assuming the harpoon hits as a bonus action, it can explode and blind people around it potentially.
Nice. Okay. So we'll say you can cast
Yeah,
it.
I mean, holy weapon's an
the-
action, so I can't really use it.
Oh, okay.
So I can just say I'm like chanting helmness into this thing.
Okay, I'll say you can cast it on on one bit of the ammunition.
Yeah, because I assume it's firing like spears rather than actually being
It's
cast as a weapon
basically
itself.
firing like ballista bolts.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking it was anyway. So I'm just enchanting.
So you would be able to use it on one shot.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, cool. On your next turn.
Yes.
Cool. Right. Is that your turn? You doing anything else?
No, I'll just do that.
Okay. Next up is the driver of the other machine, who just kind of glares at you. Chucker turns around and goes, "Oh no, it's Ragga Dragga."
What?
God. Do they all have stupid names in Avernus?
I think this
Yeah.
is some sort of
Says
reference to a
Sneak.
Hanna-Barbera cartoon.
what?
Maybe.
Is there a picture of Ragga
Oh, yeah. Hang on.
Ooh. Show us
Actually,
Ragga
no.
pics.
I'll just enlarge his token. That's his Ragga Dragga.
Oh.
Yo, look at that
I
wereball.
can imagine that guy like
Hey!
Yeah, you recognise him as you've heard tales of wereballs and other lycanthropes. You can see that the other two co-drivers are also wereballs, and then the
It's
other
not
ones are
Werewolf
were-rats.
Fran that
No, that's a different.
appeared in Callum's game.
The Clash in Art Style series. Mwah. Something else.
Yeah, neither of the mini designers I use had wereballs, so I just used the official art for those, which is the same as Truffles. So, okay, so he's pretty much been busy keeping this thing stable
Oh, bugger.
through the sleet storm and over the ramp. So he can't really do much other than just keep driving it forward. So Truffles is up next.
Truffles will keep flying. Truffles
Okay.
don't do much.
Okay. Sneak.
There's not much Sneak can do either. Would it be possible to try and shoot an arrow at Mangly Boy?
Oh, which
You
one?
are next. Is there a weapon at the back of the Infernal
There's
War
like a
Machine as
ball
well?
and chain.
There
a
is a
claw,
grappling hook
yeah.
that has the 15-foot reach, so the other machine is out
Wait,
of
where's
reach currently.
Sneak's token?
The back.
The one that says Sneak.
Oh my god, it's not on my
Is
screen,
it?
but I can see it on John's stream, but I can't see it on my.
Oh.
Wait.
Oh, that's weird.
I was like, wait a second, where's Sneak? Which is something we say far too often on this. There she is.
Yeah.
There we go. I'll
Okay,
put it.
Can you see it now?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I just needed to move her, apparently.
Weird.
Okay, what is Sneak doing?
Would it be possible to fire an arrow at Mangly Boy?
What, at the front of the machine? Or the
Yeah.
one that's operating it?
At the front. Him.
What, at the
Yeah.
actual machine itself?
No,
Okay,
no,
you-
the bloke.
Okay, cool. The wereball bloke.
gonna say,
The
oh, that's-
bloke.
All that's gonna do is get
Uh,
your arrow mullered.
Okay, so one thing I will tell you. Anybody who is at a weapon station has half cover. Anybody who is driving one of the machines has 3/4 cover.
Can I have advantage because you love me?
No.
That seems fair, Lewis.
In fact,
Honestly.
you've got disadvantage.
All good DMs will say yeah.
You cannot give your girlfriend disadvantage. That's a 24 to hit,
Yeah, that hits.
and that's 12 magical piercing damage.
Okay. 12, yeah?
Yep.
Cool. He takes that. He's still sat there. Okay, so just anybody who doesn't know how cover works, half cover means you have +2 to AC and also +2 to deck saves.
Cool.
3/4 cover is +5 to AC and +5 to deck save. Capiche?
Yes.
Cool. Right, Sneak, that your turn?
Yeah.
Higa.
Alright, so here's... Actually, the thing that I've been excited to do on my turn, I've just realised it's a fucking awful idea. God damn it.
That's the best idea.
Alright, yeah, you're right. So Higa's gonna reach within his moss and pull out a bunch of seeds, as per the usual, and chuck them. Get it? Kenku joke. All around, just sort of scatter them everywhere. And then he's going to cast plant growth on them.
Alright.
So, allow me to explain what plant growth does. Using an action, there's two different uses. One for 8 hours, one for an action. We're going with the action one, because I don't think we'll be here for 8 hours. Choose a point within range. All normal plants within a 100-foot radius centered on that point become thick and overgrown. A creature moving through that area must spend 4 foot of movement for every 1 foot it moves. So there's just a bunch of thick, juicy wheat everywhere. And yes, I made it wheat because that thing looks like a tractor.
That's fair.
Make some bread.
So yeah, that should slow it down a little, at the very
Okay.
least.
So does it say that there's a size limit on what sort of creatures it would affect?
It just says, literally what I said was the spell description. So, if you cast a spell using one action, choose a point within range. All normal plants in a 100-foot radius centered on that point become thick and overgrown. A creature moving through the area must spend 4 feet of movement for every 1 foot it moves.
Okay, I will stop you there because this is not a creature. It is a vehicle.
Yeah, but the wheat's caressing all of the creatures on the vehicle's faces. So they're actually getting dragged back off of the vehicle.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I
Oh my god, can
see.
you imagine?
That seems so
Imagine
logical. Okay, well, we'll see what happens
One of
next
them's
turn
an oak
because you.
tree, and it just with a very big branch, and it just clotheslines all of them.
That's great.
Okay. So you've grown these plants in front of the machine, we'll say, and then when it reaches initiative count 20, we'll see what happens. Do you want to draw me some nice plants on the map so I remember?
I absolutely will.
Okay, Magnus, you're up next.
Okay. I'm going to move over to where Alum is and see if I can help. I don't really want to throw anything that I have because I'm just going to lose it forever. I don't know what I can do.
With these harpoons, does it have any like pluses to roll? Is it just a flat 20?
Oh, that's a good question.
Because I
imagine it would have pluses.
I might hand it
Okay,
over.
so
cannons and
use,
stuff
you have to use an action to use it.
Makes sense.
You use the machine's stat boost for it.
The hell's that?
Which is +5.
Okay.
It's not bad.
So it's +5 to hit, and it does 2d8 piercing damage.
Can we attack the war machine itself?
Yeah, you can attack the war machine itself.
Slash his tires.
Yeah, I was just wondering.
Oh,
I was just wondering if Adam would get
Keep that
any
bitch.
better proficiency with the harpoon gun, but if not, then I'll just use it myself.
Okay, so they don't move 100 foot a turn because you can use your action when you're driving to make them dash. So it would be more like 200 foot a turn.
And 2
Okay, that
miles an
makes
hour.
more sense.
So what is Magnus doing?
I don't know what I can do.
I guess help action.
Yeah. Could I try doing that?
I mean, help is more for something that you would use a skill to do.
Oh, I don't have any skills.
She just helps me steady the
Unless
harpoon gun.
you could think of a way that you could give Alan advantage on his attack. You could say that you like help him aim it or something.
Yeah, maybe hold something steady.
Because
You could spot for him to kind of
Yeah.
like, you know.
I
Yeah.
really don't want to
that
miss
might be a
this
good
shot.
spot to hit.
Oh, Alan, it's just like when we're at the gym.
Of course.
Yeah, not that kind of
Safety.
Dodging plates thrown by people that don't like us.
Yeah.
spy.
Making sure that I don't get crushed by any of the equipment I'm using incorrectly.
Yeah. Magnus does CrossFit.
Yeah, I do. That is canon.
Okay. So you're taking a help action anyway. That's what you are doing.
Yes.
That's a great point.
Okay. So you give Alan advantage on his shot.
Thank you.
Ephraim is next.
Oh. So I have seen and spent a lot of time with the wonderful Truffles, and I am going to summon my own version of Truffles on
No.
to the other machine.
Okay.
So I'm going to use Summon Celestial
That's too
on
many truffles.
the. I'm going to aim for, I believe.
More truffles.
I'm going to aim for
Ellie, you
here.
have to voice this one as
I'm
well.
just playing FTL.
No, this one doesn't speak.
Onto where? Sorry, just ping it again for me.
So give me a second to go and ping you.
There's not a plant on the war machine.
Actually,
So
I think
right-
you'll find there is.
That space just there.
Okay.
We're going
Cool.
100 miles an hour, 100 feet every 6 seconds, right?
A 200 foot.
200 foot, even better. So if I were
believe.
to sprinkle seeds, realistically, do you remember Ted with the cinnamon?
Oh yeah.
Oh my god, dangerous.
So there would be a tree on.
There is not a tree. You
So
can't
I'm just going to
grow
call
a
out to new
plant on a war
Truffles.
machine.
I'm going to be like attack. And
Hang on.
Truffles number 2 is going
what
to attack.
colour would you like new truffles to be?
Blinding white.
Okay.
And this
Because
is
celestial.
Defender Truffles.
Oh, yeah.
So Defender Truffles is going to
That's
attack.
what I
And
imagine the
Defender
dying truffles
Truffles.
would look like.
Oh no. No, what have I done? Defender Truffles is going to attack with their multi-attack.
Okay.
Shiny
Yep.
truffles.
So it's attacking the person closest to it, which I would say is this one here.
What, the driver?
I presume it's the driver.
The one in the middle.
Yeah,
Yep.
Yeah, that's the driver.
the pig sandwich.
Does a 14 hit?
Does a 14 hit? That's a good question. Let me find out. Yes.
And a 9 will not. That's fine. So it is going to whack out with its mace, and it is going to hit for a ridiculous number.
Truffles, but with a mace.
Yep. It's what I've always really thought that Truffles needed. All those days of hitting the books, I'm like, nah, Truffles, you need a mace. And that is going to be 10 points of damage because I rolled real low.
Okay. You can stop drawing the plant now.
Oh, I thought you were basing how good this works based on my drawings.
No.
Oh, okay.
There's a good Animal Crossing tree, though.
And then Truffles is going to touch itself on the chest, very proud, and it's going to give itself 10 temporary hit points. Oh no, a d10 of temporary hit points.
Okay.
Yes, truffles. 2.
So
9
do you-
temporary hit points.
So do you control this thing, or does it,
Yep.
like, act on your turn?
So it acts just after my turn.
Oh, okay, cool.
And as long as I speak, it will do stuff. And it's just a little cutie. And once it's attacked, it's just going to sit down.
All right, so was that your turn as well, then?
Yeah, we'll say that that's all of it done.
Mm-hmm. Okay, over to the Kenku, who are going to keep driving. Clink is going to swing the harpoon round and fire off a shot at the operator of the front mechanism. Which is +5. That was a nat 1.
He hits the tree.
Oops, Clink. He hits the tree.
Mhm.
There's now an additional obstacle in the way. Okay, the wereballs can't really do much because one has a wrecking ball and the other one has a thing that isn't in range of anything. So they are instead going to use their turn to do nothing because they only have melee range stuff. Actually, no. They are going to both move to attack new truffles.
Oh no.
Well, someone's not operating that thing.
Yep.
If one of us had Misty Step, we could.
Just yank the guy out of his seat and just be like, yoink, this is ours now.
GTA, motherfucker.
Ooh. Okay, so they are going to attack it with.
I may have such a spell.
One with their maul and one with their tusks. So that is a 12 to hit.
Doesn't hit.
How about a 16?
Doesn't hit.
How about a natural 20?
What does hit?
Okay, that is 17 bludgeoning damage.
I mean, that's not bad. The temporary hit points are gone.
16?
Nope.
What's its AC?
18.
That's insane. For,
So it is
animal
11
custodian
plus the
thing.
level of the spell, plus 2 because it's in defender mode. It's mad.
Wow.
Very
Wow.
nice.
High level spells, Lewis. They do.
Yeah, 5th level spell. Like,
Meanwhile,
fair enough.
me
Why
spending
did
my
I give
high
you
level
guys?
spell to make a wheat field.
I spent a high level
Hoping.
spell to make
that
it
is their
look
turns.
like it was going to fall. So don't feel too
So
bad.
it is the
No, I'm
the
not
were
feeling
rat
bad.
harpoon operator's turns now.
It's funny.
Who are going to turn around and attack with those. Okay, so one of them is going to fire at Ephraim.
how dare they?
That is a
Balls.
20 to hit.
Yeah, 20 hits.
Okay.
Goodbye, my friends.
That is 12 damage of the piercing variety.
Okay.
And the other one is going to fire at truffles.
Which
What,
one?
actual truffle?
Actual truffles. That is a 13 to hit.
I think it doesn't hit. 1 second. Stat block.
Is
Yeah,
Truffles in
start
cut? Oh, I know
blocking.
Truffles isn't in
I
cut.
had it ready, but I closed it. No, Truffles'
Okay.
armor class is 18.
Nice. Oh my god, new truffles is new truffles. Okay, cool. That is their turn then. Yeah. Back up to the top of the round. Bam.
Oh, it's my turn.
Just before the war machines.
How far away is the driver?
From you.
Hmm.
Let me
I think I measured it. I think it was like 65 foot. Yeah, it's
Yeah, they're quite
65
close,
foot.
really.
not close enough.
That's not
Yeah,
close
they
enough.
move
No.
30 foot closer because they're travelling at 30 foot more than...
So
Okay.
what you're telling me is
I'm
next
going to have to hold my
turn-
action again then. So when they get within 60 foot of us, I would like to cast banishment on the driver.
Okay. They
You can't
are-
tell me that won't work until they save.
Yeah, this is true.
But hey,
they're-
temporary hit
they're-
point. You know.
They're going to hold their current speed. So the field of wheat
Bullshit.
is
It gets
going to...
turned into flour.
Okay, you know what? They will move 5 foot closer Sure.
No, don't you do it,
I
Lewis.
did burn my best spell slot on.
I'm gonna miss
And I
that lovely plantation.
I spent my highest level as well, Ellie. So
yeah,
it's
true.
Me too.
Yeah, you're right.
And me.
Oh, no.
Okay,
To be
so
fair, though-
I love how you just all burn it straight away.
Yeah, but it was
that's
fun.
because I
point to
thought
play
it would
with.
work.
Okay, right, so
And I got 7 higher than you.
as this big grinding machinery goes over the field of wheat, it just kind of grinds it up into the bowels of the machine. It does slow
Free
it a
flour.
little.
Yeah, it's gonna make
Uh,
flour.
Does it like
Guys.
come out so
Guys, you know
that
what we gotta do?
I should have
Sneak
used a
gets
different-
a mouthful?
Guys, we've got to put water in the machine now, and it will
Oh,
start
yeah.
out.
Prestidigitation.
It's funny you say that. Funny you say that. I do
It's
have
actually
a
really
certain
hot
spell,
inside as well.
like a
so-
wall of water.
Just cuts out bread.
Fresh bread. I think we need one of these back home.
Okay, it slows down to the extent that it doesn't get its extra speed, so it stays as far away from you as it was before.
Wonderful.
Okay.
Not wonderful. Ugh.
Yeah.
I should have done.
Okay,
I should have just got my gun out.
yeah.
It's the only reliable thing.
Oh, this is true.
Chucker's just like, if any of you have got any more of that demon stuff, now would be a good time. And then it's over to Alan.
Oh, right. So I line up this harpoon that's now glowing brilliant light.
Harpoon.
It
Yeah.
it's actually glowing
Ooh.
in a 30-foot radius and a
Ooh.
dim light for an additional 30 foot. So this thing's like beaming. It's
We
glorious.
are a beacon.
60 foot.
It truly is blessed by Helm. Let's launch it at, I guess, that fellow. Wait, why can't I ping? This fellow.
You not ping?
There we go.
The one to the left of fake truffles.
Oh yeah.
Okay, cool.
People have
Right,
faux
so-
truffles.
Is it a +5? You say?
+5 to hit, yep. But you've got
Right.
advantage because of Magnus.
Oh, this is gonna be. It's gonna be like one's gonna be a nat 1. It's gonna be like a 2.
We believe
Right.
in you. You can do it.
How do you do
Sending
it?
good vibes.
Wait, +5. Do you put ADV
Thoughts and
after?
prayers.
Yeah, ADV.
Come on,
Thoughts and
come
prayers.
on. Thank God, that's
Yeah,
23.
so that
Thank
gift with
you.
the car two-wheeling it, that's pretty much like...
Alright, that's a
what
23 to
happens,
hit
by
it.
the way. 23
happens?
hits.
That's cool. Right, this is
You
where it gets
exceeded
really
that
fun.
AC by 13.
Hell yeah!
Way.
Right, so how much damage does the harpoon do?
2d8 normally, plus whatever
Right.
your extra damage is.
It's 40. Oh, it's 48 in total then.
Yep.
So it's. Let's go to the. So that's 11 piercing damage, I guess, and 11 radiant
yes,
damage.
piercing.
Nice.
How much
And-
altogether?
So that would be 22. But I don't know
20.
if radiant would have changed it in any way.
No,
and then-
Radiant doesn't affect it either way.
So as it thunks into this guy, I then deactivate Holy Weapon, and I would like each one of the. This includes fake truffles, I guess, to make a Constitution saving throw.
They don't have +5.
In what range?
30 feet, so that's everyone.
Oh, everyone on the thing.
Yep.
Okay. Give me a second.
Ah,
What about
That's a
their
9.
weaponry?
That's a 19 for faux truffles.
This
Oh,
is
okay.
a holy
succeed.
helm grenade.
Oh, also, all of
Yeah.
faux truffles attacks are radiant, if that makes a difference.
I'll let you know. So the two wereballs got a 17 and a 22.
Well, that passes.
The driver got a 13.
Oh, okay, that's good.
And the were-rats got a 10 and a 6.
Right. So the ones that got less than 16, they will take 4d8 radiant damage.
Yep.
And also they're blinded for a minute.
Okay.
So the driver's blinded.
The driver's
Um,
blinded, and the two harpoon operators are blinded. That was
You
the
take-
best
That was
outcome
That was
you
pretty
could have
good.
Oh
had.
wait. Oh, okay.
If you
apparently,
save, do they take half damage or?
Yeah,
that's
the same
what I
movie.
just read. Yeah, it says on a successful save, a creature takes half as much. Okay,
Okay, cool. So do you want to tell me how much damage they take?
right. So the ones that take full damage, they take 16 damage each.
16.
Wait, do I sure? I guess, yeah,
Yeah, 16.
What have
then-
you rolled on the 4d8?
yeah. And then the ones that succeeded,
I'll take 8.
they take 6 damage.
Oh, you just half the original number normally.
Oh right, okay.
So Faux Truffles takes 4 because they are resistant to radiant damage.
Yeah, so they take
Sorry, so it was 16 damage.
16 damage for the people that failed and 8 damage for the people that succeeded.
Yeah? Mhm.
This is a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Faux Truffles just like, I'm going to get some
And at the
hit
end of
points back in a
the
second.
blinded people, they can make a Constitution saving throw.
On their
And
turns.
if yeah, at the
Is
end.
it at the end of their turn or
Yeah,
at
it
the
says at
beginning?
the end of each of its turns.
Okay, cool. Right.
yeah.
So you
I will
took,
high five Magnus.
Nice,
Hey.
yeah, that was good.
Sick shit.
That was awesome.
Yeah. 5th level spells, guys. Is that your turn?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
know.
that is my turn.
5th level spells.
Okay. So
We're all using them.
Ragga Jagga is his turn. As he is blinded, he's just going to let the war machine carry on at the same speed in the same direction. He's not going to steer it. And then he doesn't. He can still do stuff, can't he? It's
I
just.
mean, yeah, he's just blinded.
Yeah,
yeah,
just
and I guess
standard
that would be
blinded.
disadvantage on attacks or
He's
something.
bloopered. We bloopered him.
Yeah.
I mean, I have no idea how you'd fire a harpoon blind.
He's not firing a harpoon.
Oh, right.
He would be attacking Faux Truffles.
Oh, right, yeah.
I think it's like
Uh,
disadvantage on anything that's like.
Yeah, I'm just going to
Just
say it's
swinging wildly
disadvantage. I'll
into
look
the
up the
air.
rule later. Or someone else can look it up for me while we're doing this.
So they can't see automatically fails any ability checks that require sight. Advantage attack rolls against them have advantage. The creature's attack rolls have dis.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yes, who Truffles
so-
is gonna smash.
That was a 16, which I know doesn't hit. That's
True.
also a miss. So he's going to make his con save. That was a natural 20, so he is not blinded. It's just the were-rats now. Truffles.
Can
Which
Truffles
one?
operate the crane?
Sneak is at that station currently.
Truffles is like very small,
Small bean.
very small, and flies.
No, I'd still say there's not enough room as it is very cramped.
I imagine controls similar to that on like those trucks.
And Truffles will fly a little bit more fast.
Do you want to zoom out a little bit, John? That's
Are you-
not. You're flying up the front, yeah?
Yep.
Okay, cool. Right. Is that Truffles' turn?
I
Over
would
to
call that
Sneak.
3/4 cover.
I will fire my bow again.
Who at?
Same guy I did earlier.
Okay, he doesn't have half cover now because he came out of his station.
That's 21 to hit.
21 hits.
Max damage again. That's mad.
Yeah, that's
Very
12
nice.
damage again.
I'm going to say you get sneak attack because Faux Truffles is there.
Yes.
Yay!
Way!
Snuck attack.
So that's 15 sneak attack damage. So that's
Mhm.
27 damage altogether.
27 altogether.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, he's not quite dead, but very nearly dead. He looks very bloodied. Is that your turn?
Yeah, my sneak attack is some good shit now.
Yep,
Mhm.
5d6. I was going to say I thought it would have gone up.
Higa.
Ephraim, forgive me. I'm about to do something mighty reckless. Reckless. I can speak.
Not just pretty reckless.
And he's going
What's
to
he going to do?
He's going to cast Moonbeam on the enemy thing centered here.
I mean, they are all clustered together. It makes a lot of sense.
And
Yeah.
it is a 40-foot cylinder, but it is 5 foot wide. So if I center it where I said I centered it, which I can't remember where I said I centered it, let's
Just
do it
off
directly
left
on.
of.
Let's do it directly on New Truffles.
Okay. Can you choose who it targets, or would it hit new truffles
It
too?
would hit New Truffles, I believe.
It's
But that's
fine.
okay. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
New Truffles can take it, and also
Yeah.
New Truffles is not real.
I'm sure.
What do you mean they're not real?
Things
I
are
thought there was an
real.
actual
Something
celestial.
interesting. A shape changer makes its saving throw with disadvantage.
Oh,
Mm.
that's true.
Maybe we should use that
If
in
it,
other
fa-
games.
if it fails, it instantly reverts to its original form and can't assume a different form until
Right.
it relieves the spell's light.
1 second.
Oh, no.
So it takes up a 5-foot space, yeah?
It takes up a
5 foot
5-foot
radius.
so it would hit all 4 of these
Is
guys.
is it a 5-foot radius, or is it?
Well, a 5-foot radius would be 4 squares, wouldn't
A 5
Yeah,
foot
but-
light shines down in a 5-foot
Right.
radius. 40
You know
foot high.
what? I'm going to put a 5-foot radius on faux truffles, and then we will see.
Yes.
Dum dum dum. Make sure
it?
Truffles
5-foot
is.
radius is 4 squares.
Yes,
so
that would
you'd get-
hit. That would hit all 4 of the creatures around it.
Okay, so I
Would
need a
it?
con save from each.
Okay.
It's a second
Lewis
level
is like-
spell.
Lewis is like funny Mad Max story, and we're just like, nah, mate.
Make all the saving throws.
That is a 22 for faux Truffles.
Unfortunately,
Ooh.
spelled
That
the
passes. Both truffles is okay.
Faux Truffles is going to take half damage, I imagine.
Quarter damage.
What save was it?
Yep.
Con save,
Con
yeah?
save. Yep.
Okay. At disadvantage because their shape changes. That is a natural 1 for the driver.
Rip.
Yay!
That is a 15 for left wereball,
Fail.
and that is a nat 1 for right wereball,
Oh my
Fail.
word!
and that is not another nat 1.
Wowee!
It's channeling
Don't
Ellen
you
energy,
use
climbing
layer
down the
actions.
chain.
It is
Wowee!
It is a 13 for the were rat.
My saving throw is 17. So
They
Oh,
all
wow.
fail,
yeah.
No.
He has a
Faux
20 in
truffles is
charisma.
apart from
Nice.
faux truffles.
Imagine like
So they're about to take some damage, as you might.
Okay.
What you don't know is this powers up faux Truffles.
this giant like glowing harpoon hits, blinds some people, and then suddenly this moonbeam comes out of nowhere and smacks them.
Right after one of them was
so,
able to see again.
They each
Yeah,
take
yeah.
They each take 9 radiant damage, and those that are shape changers instantly revert to their original form and can't assume a different form until it leaves the spell's light, which isn't
What is their true form?
humans, I guess, or like humanoids.
Oh, their true form is humanoid. Yeah, so they all turn back into humans.
That's Gary from
or
accounting.
humanoids.
Yeah, so that happens.
Right.
I mean,
okay, so that one
John
is
had
dead.
described it for me. I like John's description.
What was that?
It's just like
The bolt of light shoots out of
the bright light from the harpoon, and then like
Yeah.
that explodes,
Oh,
and
yeah,
suddenly
yeah.
out of
How much
nowhere,
damage
this like
was it,
orbital
please?
laser cannon of moonbeam.
Yeah. How much damage, please?
It was 9.
Salamene.
9
No,
damage.
only 9.
Salamene!
Yes, it's only 2d10.
Is that radiant as well, though? Isn't
It's
It
it?
pretty
was
much Luna's
radiant.
ult.
So, New Truffles only takes
2
Oh,
or
what?
3, Lewis?
whatever,
Because it would be 9 rounded down to 4 or 5.
and then halved again.
Oh, yeah.
You round up.
Cool. 3 damage. New Truffles will remember this.
Oh, that was well, how do the young people call it? Super effective.
Epic game
That was
of
Poggers.
So you've killed,
Yes,
you've killed
super
one wereball. And the others are not looking too good. The were-rat is definitely not looking too good.
Would Hegan know whether they are were people? Are they counts as fiends or?
They do not count as fiends.
Okay.
They're just lycanthropes.
They are lycan.
Don't throw the Holly Avenger at them.
Oh no, then
They're
no.
technically
I was gonna-
humanoids.
I was gonna
they
channel
count
them.
as
Why not?
humanoids.
Yeet.
Okie dokie. Then
But yeah, they all turn back into humans.
I'm gonna end my turn.
Okay. Right. Magnus.
Okay.
That was a very effective turn.
Salamini.
But the moonbeam is going to be 200 foot behind it on the next turn.
That's fine.
The moon waxes and my mercy wanes. Okay, right.
Getting good at that, Holly.
Ooh. How can I help? How can I help? How can I help? What
Commit war crimes against them.
Let's do it. How do I do this? How do I go about this?
I don't know.
What do you want to do? Be creative.
Can I help someone again?
I guess you could reload the harpoon.
Yeah, can I do that?
It doesn't need reloading. It's like an
What are the
auto reload.
harpoons made out
Oh,
of?
right.
Ooh, that's a good question.
Metallic infernal components.
What, like, entirely? Is there no, like, wood there that I could
There's
maybe
some-
try setting on fire?
That's the
You want to
perfect
set
gift for
fire
that.
to your own harpoons?
Yeah, go on.
Okay, if you were to make an attack on one of the harpoon stations, you would be making an attack on the vehicle itself. So you would roll as if you were hitting the vehicle.
So how do I do that?
Make an attack roll with whatever you're attacking with.
Oh, wait. The harpoon?
I don't think you can
Alan is
harpoon
currently manning the
itself.
station.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I don't have anything to attack with. That's the thing. So can I just reload something?
How about throw your bucket?
Yeah, just to spite them. You know what? I'll throw my bucket. Yeah, take that, I say, while trying to throw my bucket. So what would I do to do that?
Just a ranged attack?
Yeah.
Quite before.
'Cause I think you can throw
Okay.
something out to like 60 foot. Well, not 60 foot, but like.
So what would that be?
It's just going to be like D20 plus Dex, right, Lewis?
Dex.
Yeah.
Because you haven't got improvised weapon or tavern
No.
brawler.
What should
Yeah.
be a natural
Yeah,
20?
'cause you're not
Oh no,
proficient,
that
so-
is a 13.
13
I
does
fumble
not
the hell
hit.
out of this throw. No, my bucket.
Yeah, it gets. You throw the bucket, it just kind of falls down in front of it.
No.
It gets crushed by the grinder at the front.
No. I look so cute wearing that bucket.
Not that kind of
I
grinder.
hate
I-
this.
Okay, next up is Ephraim.
Well, since Ephraim's done this. So Ephraim is going to chill touch this lovely one that they can see quite clearly next to faux truffles.
Yeah.
Is that still at advantage? Because they're still blinded, right?
Yeah, they haven't had a turn to save yet.
That is a 19.
Cool, that hits.
Cool. So that is 11 necrotic damage.
How do you want to do it?
It's just
What's the
gonna
damage on chill touch?
120 foot.
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah. It's just gonna grab their shoulder, pinch their nerve, and they're just gonna collapse to the floor.
You Vulcan nerve pinch it to death.
Yeah, it did.
Okay, I love it. Yeah, so the were-rat dies.
Farewell, friend. And then Faux Truffles is going to unleash the onslaught that is their mace.
Okay.
So the first one is a 12 on the driver.
12 hits.
Oh, wow.
Wait, no, 12 does not hit, sorry.
Oh, and it's not an advantage. And they'll try again. You can do this, Faux Truffles. We believe in you.
We do.
A 16
was chill.
was chill touch.
16 just hits.
What were you going to say about chill touch?
It's an attack roll, isn't it?
Yeah.
What did you roll on it?
I rolled a 19.
Oh yeah, that would have hit regardless. Yeah, so you've hit him with your second mace attack.
And that is 14 points of radiant damage.
Ooh, nice.
And then Faux Truffles goes Super Saiyan and gets 2 temporary hit points.
just like one tuft of hair goes Super Saiyan with 2 temporary hit points.
That's everything from
Like
me.
went Super Saiyan.
Next up, the Kenku. Chuck is going to keep driving, and Clink is going to take another shot with the harpoon. This time at the other were-rat.
Are they still blinded?
Yeah, so it's got
yep.
advantage. It's 24 to hit.
Take this, you
2d8
bloody rat
is
bastard.
says the
Wrath
crow.
you.
Does 6 damage with 2d8.
Rathrin.
Oh dear.
Yep, that is their turn. Over to the singular wereball who is still alive. Going to make an attack with disadvantage on Faux Truffles. That is a 18, which I think matches, right?
An 18 does hit. How dare you hurt Super Saiyan 1 Faux Truffles?
Fro Truffle. Now it's got an afro.
Oh, that's so good.
Faux Truffle.
Super
It
Saiyans need
also
afros.
attacks with a mace, which does 12 bludgeoning damage.
Faux Truffles' light is fading from this world.
That's another 18 to hit with its tusks.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
That is another. How much is that? It's another 12 actually.
Faux Truffles is barely hanging on. They are still alive, but they are barely
Truffles
breathing.
make me a con save, please?
Faux Truffles.
Yeah.
Cool.
Faux Truffles.
We need to come up with a new name for this thing.
That's a 12, which I presume doesn't save.
It does just save. Faux Truffles is not a wereball.
Not that attitude.
Imposter Truffle.
Can you imagine for like one turn it's a wereball and then it's like, I'm gone.
Yeah. Actually, no, it's not a
Can
humanoid, so
someone
it
clarify
can't be.
something for me real quick?
Yes.
I got a spell that has a casting time of 10 minutes, but a duration of instantaneous, despite the fact...
So it takes 10 minutes to cast and then it happens.
Yeah, so like you channel the energy, you prepare and stuff for 10 minutes, then you're like, yo, it happens.
It's a Kamehameha.
Right, got it. Cool.
You have to build it up for 10 minutes and then you fire it.
Okay.
Special beam camera works better, but sure.
Laser.
I think that spell's called Orgasm.
Oh no.
Sorry. Bad joke.
Damn.
Over to the were-rat. The one that's actually still in were-rat form and also isn't dead. Actually, I'll make a save for the other wereball. That is a con save, wasn't it?
Yep.
That is a 9.
Oh, it's still blinded.
Aha.
Okay. Right, the were-rat is going to fire blindly with the
I do not see it.
harpoon. It's going to aim roughly in the direction of you guys.
Fingers
it's going
crossed.
to aim for what would be Ephraim. That is a 18 to hit.
That's a joke. It's 16, sure. Yeah, it hits.
Manages to hit you with a harpoon
Man's
whilst
blind.
blinded. It rolled well on
bitches.
disadvantage. It only does 8 damage though.
I'm going to kill that one next.
Okay.
And then it's going to make it save. That is another. That's a 6, so it's still blinded.
Yep.
Back up to Bam.
Oh.
Wait, which one was the one that attacked me? This one over here?
The top one. The one that's still alive.
Cool.
If they've got
Oh,
reflexes over them, they are dead.
Yes.
And the driver's still 65 foot away from
Yep.
me. All right, we'll do the funny thing then.
You're right, Frank.
So,
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
cool.
the bag of tricks.
Yes.
It says it's a 20-foot range I can throw it, but as
Yeah.
it will be coming closer towards us as I throw it, can I make it land on it?
Don't make me calculate this. I'll tell you what. Just roll a ranged attack roll with your dex, and we'll see how well you do.
I mean, I was going to ask the same thing, but with Misty Step, so...
Do I have proficiency?
Sure.
Bargaining.
You said a ranged attack, and I should be proficient.
Yeah, sure. You can have your proficiency
I fail.
bonus.
I got an 8.
No. It lands in-
Okay.
Okay, roll to see which one it was.
Okay, so what you're saying is hope for a 2.
I don't know.
As-
If it's the owl, we
That'll
should
be the one
fine.
that can fly.
You mean the Owl of Death?
Yes.
Moscow, my
And I
favourite.
don't mean Sky.
I got a 5, which is Seamus Jr., the giant goat.
Aw.
So you throw this ball from the bag of tricks, and it lands in front of this machine.
Can you just imagine the goat looking at this tractor being like,
Oh,
no.
you, Lewis. You make my ramp do nothing. You
Please
make
do-
management not aid.
Please,
And now
And
you're
for a
killing
brief
please do
Seamus
not judge
second-
us
Jr.
harshly.
You're
For
a
a brief
monster.
second, there is a goat which kind of looks up at you, Bab.
Meh?
Looks up at you, Bab, with questioning eyes, and then is torn to shreds by the grinder at the front of the machine.
This is hell. We're in hell.
Wow.
There is no.
Please do not judge us poorly for our DM's animal abuse Twitch. Please do not report us to Peter.
That's gotta
Well-
be a clip.
Well, look at the bright side. I've got 2 more attempts at that.
Someone clip it.
Okay, guys, if you don't deal with it, I'm trying again.
Oh my god. So we're just making. Why are we just making food inside this infernal war machine?
Oh yeah.
Yep, there's now a goat sandwich inside of it.
Well, hold on. It's a big goat. Maybe it ruined the machinery.
How big is
It's got those horns, you know. It got stuck in a mechanism.
No, it's a big enough machine and tough enough that a few bones
But it's
aren't
a
going to do
giant
much damage
goat.
to it.
The next time the goat summoned, it's just gonna have like scars all over it.
It's just gonna headbutt Bam. Okay, is that your turn, or are you doing anything else?
I'm very tempted to jump on it myself now.
No, Bab, you'll die.
Don't worry, I've got stone endurance. It can't kill me.
It's true.
I'm not sure that's how it works, but you're welcome to try.
Oh, I really want to do something useful. I don't have anything though. Okay.
You don't got like firebolt or any for cantrips.
Nor do I, Dad.
I do, but that's so boring.
You have a
Yeah, I
bow. Magnus don't even have a ranged weapon.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, you see those pipes at the back of the grinder?
No, Lewis,
At the back of the
no.
Load them
machine?
up.
No,
No.
no.
Lewis, we don't need this.
We don't need this.
No.
So, like,
Our
blood
viewers
We've
don't
seen
want
so
this.
much. We've seen
and
so
stuff
much.
No.
just bursts out of them as it disassembles this goat.
Twitch, if you cancel anyone, it's Lewis that deserves this.
It's just like a giant meat grinder.
I repeat, please do not report us to
Hey
Peter.
guys, we just gotta make sure we get some pork in there.
Is Pam doing anything else?
Hold on, I'm still trying to figure out if I'm Misty stepping on.
Sorry, go.
If you do it, I will.
You do.
No.
Can you do that as a bonus action?
Yep.
Okay.
I'm with you if you want to do
No.
it.
No, I'd have to do another roll, so no, I'm not doing it.
Technically, you could just jump off the back of this machine and then.
Yeah, but I'm still going to have to roll because I'll land on the floor probably before I even
Yeah.
Misty step. Move on. Next person, which is them.
Okay. Next up are the war machines. So we're going to keep traveling along at the same pace.
I
Alan.
know they're 65 foot away from me.
Oh,
This is what Big
uh,
Harpoon doesn't want you to know.
let's launch another one, another harpoon.
Another.
Okay, what's your target?
That fellow, the other blinded one, or the blinded
Yep.
one.
Sure. Let me
Is it
just
with
check range
advantage?
on that. Yeah,
You
you're
can
within
remove
range.
the bloodstain now.
Is it with advantage?
No. Why would it be with advantage?
Because they were
Because they're
blinded.
blinded.
Oh, yeah, it's with advantage.
That is 24.
24 hits. Roll damage,
Cinnamon.
2d8.
That's 9 damage.
Can I make a cinnamon storm?
No, that spell is exclusive to Ellie.
It's not a spell. It's alchemy jug.
Oh yeah.
Okay, it's looking rough, but it's
Cool.
still up and still also blinded. How long does the blinding condition last from your spell, please, Alan?
It's an hour.
Oh, yeah, then they're still blinded.
Yes, I believe it is.
Right, what?
Can you imagine the
Do
fear in
anything
them?
else?
No, that's it. Oh no, it says 1 minute. I was confusing it with
Okay.
the actual how long the concentration was.
Yeah, fair enough. Okay, next up is Raga Jagger, who's just going to turn around to Faux Truffles and be like, "Get the fuck off my machine!"
I'll wait for what's going to happen next.
17 to hit.
17 does not hit.
How about another 17?
Surprisingly, that one does hit. It's weird, right?
Oh,
No.
okay.
How does that work? My God.
Yep, that's his turn.
Oh.
Useless. These guys have done like no damage to you.
No,
Truffles is
they've
next.
done a lot of stuff to Faux Truffles.
I
And they
mean,
also destroyed a goat.
I was them. I would have caught up to us, jumped aboard.
Okay, so Truffles has 120 feet of flight speed. So
Mhm.
Truffles is gonna fly over to Faux Truffles, cast Cure Wounds on them, say, "Stay away from my friend," and then fly back.
Oh, that's interesting. That's not what I expected, but I appreciate that. How much?
It's just a standard baby Cure Wounds.
I'd say you probably get back to like there rather than all the way back.
Can't remember what Cure Wounds
1d8 plus the modifier.
Okay. Do we know what... Oh, so wisdom. Okay, so it'll be 1d8 plus 4 then, because Truffles has plus 4. And that's 10 healing damage.
Oh, that changes what I was going to do on my turn, so that's cool.
Okay,
Saved you a...
Save me a 5th level spell slot. I was just going to resummon Faux Truffles by just channeling my sorcery points into another spell slot that's 5th level. Just like, I'm back.
You can do that, can't you?
Yeah, I can.
Nice.
Cost me a
okay,
lot of sorcery
Sneak's
points,
turn.
though.
I'm gonna attack the driver with my short bow.
Why does Truffles have a stand now?
Okay.
Because everything's
27 to
JoJo.
hit.
Oh, sorry, I didn't hear that, friend.
27 to hit.
Yeah, funnily enough, 27 does hit.
That's not even a nat 20. That's mad.
That's 8 damage.
8
Plus
Yeah.
sneak.
plus sneak attack.
F's in chat.
Oof.
That thing's fucking
Oof.
dead.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's 29 damage all in total. Did I kill
Okay.
Lewis as well?
And Lewis
No,
is about
no,
to
I was
say,
just
how do you
I was
want to do this?
calculating. It's looking bloodied now.
What?
Oh.
Well, I guess he doesn't die
Just
by
sounds
losing
good,
his
I'll give it a
eye.
chance.
Sneak and a bow are lethal now.
Yeah, pretty good. Higa is up next.
Right, guys, I'm just going to ask out of character. Do we want the useful thing or the funny thing?
Always
Funny thing.
Right.
Funny
Useful.
thing, yeah. Go for it.
So,
We're winning this. Go with funny thing.
okay. So, let me just check that I can do this real quick.
Sorry, another 2 Infernal War Machines appear from my... No, I'm joking.
That's fine, we'll take them as well.
Yeah.
Throw another
Then
goat
I can
down,
actually
do
jump
it.
on one of them.
So Higa is going to just leap off.
Okay.
What?
Just go Misty Step.
And Misty Step up here.
Roll me an acrobatics check to see how well you jump off.
Oh, this is going to go well. I'm in full play.
Well,
now.
we had some
17.
goat. Are we about to have some beef?
17.
Wait,
don't eat
beef?
friends.
Yes.
That is acceptable.
Uh-huh.
Okay, and then roll me another. Just. Uh,
I may remind you that Misty Step is a bonus action, so I could do it in midair.
mm,
It's the magic of teleportation.
sure.
And
let's
friendship.
say- okay, fine. You're on the other machine.
So he lands on the machine, does a little dodge roll, several times like a Dark Souls character, and
you dodge roll off the machine.
yeah, no, and then I'm gonna move up this way, and then I'm going to hold out my talisman of Sylvanus and go. You killed my wheat! And from the exhaust pipes extend these vines from the wheat that was destroyed, and grapple this guy. He
Sure,
needs.
I will say there would still be some plant matter inside the machine for you to manipulate.
Oh, I don't even need those. They can be spectral if need be.
Oh,
I'm just
okay,
flavouring
fair
it.
enough.
I think
Like-
Blimp and Chucker are going to be happy if we steal and hijack an Infernal War Machine with
Yeah,
for them.
exactly. The creature must succeed a strength or dex save up to its choice, or be restrained. That's all. I'm going to use it on the big boy.
Okay, what was the save?
Strength or dex, its choice. 17 DC.
Why's your DC so high?
That's a 14.
5 plus
He's got
Ah,
a plus 5 charisma. Yeah, he's
Plus
very
proficiency.
charismatic.
Yeah, 14.
That's a fail. So the revenge of the wheat as these yellow vines grip this guy and just lift him up slightly above the ground, or the floor of the war machine.
Yeah.
Yep. That's what I'm doing. It's funny.
Okay, he's still attached to the war machine by these vines, though.
Yeah.
Magnus,
Mm-hmm.
it's your turn.
Okay. What can I do?
Could you pull out a Sharpie and draw on our hands?
I mean, yeah, if you wanna, the power of friendship might help.
It's never let us down so far. And we're in hell.
Can I help anybody?
I've got my bag out. Can Magnus throw one?
Right.
I love that.
Please don't murder the owl.
You want to go?
I mean, yeah, if you're okay with that.
Magnus is right next to me.
Have we lost
Hey,
Lewis?
Lewis.
Oh, I'm here.
Lewis
yeah,
is like,
sorry.
fuck no.
Wow.
I'm out of here.
No, Lewis is loving our strategies of dealing with this.
What is it you're trying to do?
I have my bag of tricks
Throw
open.
something.
Magnus is next to me.
See, oh, yeah, you can throw something out of the bag of tricks.
Okay.
So give me a attack roll as if you're using a dex-based weapon.
Okay.
So your dex plus your proficiency modifier.
Oh no, that is a 6.
Technically a 10, but yeah.
Let's roll to see what animal it is.
Let's hope it's
Roll
the
a
owl.
d8, please.
No, Commander Hoot's the best.
Imagine if it's a 5 again.
He'll be fine. He can fly.
If it's a 5, you re-roll.
No,
No.
he comes
There's
back.
some lovely
No.
spaghetti entangling this guy.
No, he's going straight in again.
It's not supposed to be spaghetti.
What was it, sorry?
Sweet.
A D8, Holly.
Oh.
I don't have a number
Yes,
10.
you have discovered the hidden 2 secret animals.
You summon that wereball that's over there.
And a plesiosaur.
It's actually a
8.
Pokeball.
8. Which one is 8?
That's Babu, the brown bear.
I'm so sorry.
Is that a large creature?
That is. So was the giant goat from earlier. So
Oh, it was a giant goat. Oh, I used the wrong token then. Okay, so
yeah, that was
There
the
was a
problem there.
token?
No, Babu.
Babu, the brown bear. No.
he just kind of looks up at you and does a that is as it gets eviscerated by the machine.
Lewis is just like, I can't kill the character, so I guess
Hold
I'll
on a
just
second.
kill anything
Hold on a
else.
second. Because now my vines are covered in blood.
Yep. As his blood gets
Right,
spouted
we've got
out
one
the
more chance to throw an animal directly on the driver's head.
back. Amazing.
It's a good thing these things can't actually die.
Yeah, they can remember though. Okay, is that Magnus's turn?
Yep.
Ephraim, you're up next.
Alright, Ephraim is going to try and chill touch the driver.
Okay.
I don't think I get
Are
advantage
you
because
sure?
they're
You're next to me. You can have a throw. No, you're not next.
Don't do that. Does restrained give me advantage on attacks or anything like that?
Ellie?
Hold on. I think so. Come on.
Yeah, here it
There
is.
we go. I do
Okay,
not have
cool.
that handy.
Got advantage.
I just thought it
No,
was
it's
funny.
fine.
I didn't look up what it did.
26.
26 hits.
What a surprise. And that is 8 damage
Ah, he also has
of the
disadvantage on dex save.
necrotic.
That's fun.
It does.
8 damage.
Yep.
Okay.
You will see my crystal begin to fill up with like coloured energy that's kind of like golden, and then kind of dissipate through my body as I channel some sorcery points into a 5th level spell slot.
Cool.
And then Faux Truffles is going to go on a rampage
Oh yeah.
because it also has advantage.
Oh yeah.
It just went Super Saiyan 2.
So that's a 10.
This is to go even further
Doesn't
beyond.
hit.
That's Super Saiyan 3.
That wasn't very further beyond.
No, it wasn't. It was actually less than ever before.
To be fair, Super Saiyan 3 wasn't that impressive,
11.
you know, so...
An 11.
11 also does not hit.
Well, Faux Truffles tried their best.
Worry not, my celestial friend.
This is why it's a defender and not an attacker.
Man, it's got the most attacky of its spells.
Right, is that your
Yeah,
turn?
that's everything.
And also Faux Truffles. Okay, over to the Kenku again. Chucker's driving. Clink's going to make an attack roll.
Lewis, real quick. The guy
Yes.
can try and get out of his vines at the end of each of his turns.
Okay, he hasn't had a turn since you've done it, so
Just put him in.
yeah, Okay, thank you. Okay, Clink's going to make an attack roll again. He's going to go for the were rat. Does hit. Let's do advantage, see if he gets a nat 20. He does not. And yeah, so he just like harpoons this were rat. The were rat just goes flying off the side of the machine.
Does it Wilhelm scream?
It Wilhelm screams as it gets skewered by this harpoon and dragged off the machine onto the Avernian hellscape. In fact, I'm going to say it goes directly over and just gets like run over by the wheel of its own machine.
Oh no,
And
what a
it is
shame.
dead.
Can't believe there was a chance that we might not have done this fight today. That would have been a shame.
No, I'm having a great time.
Yep.
Oh, good. Next up is the one remaining wereball, who's going to attack with disadvantage on foe truffles.
It's more fun when we can afford to be silly.
That is a 15 for one of them, and a 15 for the other, so that does not hit. Were-rat be dead. Both of them. Back up to Bam.
Okay. Well, let's see if my silliness gets me killed. So I am going to jump off.
Oh wow.
And then also try to Misty Step on.
Hell yeah.
Okay. Where are you jumping to?
I want
So
to
you
try
can
and
jump
land.
half your movement, so you can move 3 squares away. So you would have to jump there, I would say.
Okay, and I can reach 30 foot with Misty Step. So
That still takes you.
So I
I would
can
also
just
like an
land on it?
acrobatics check to see how well you jump first.
Right into the mulcher.
okay.
See?
You sure not athletics?
No, acrobatics.
The long jump.
13.
13. You you take 6 damage from the fall off of the machine, but you manage to catch yourself and stay upright.
Okay.
And then you get a
I
misty
don't have
step.
enough movement.
Yeah, I'm going to say it took your movement to jump off.
All of my movement to jump off.
Yes.
Just wait about a second and then Misty Step.
How come Higa got
Yeah.
able to move so much? Jeez.
Because I rolled well.
I didn't roll bad. So where am I now?
Where you are on the thing. Just behind
I can't
the
see.
Mara exhaust.
I'm still apparently off the thing.
Oh, so you're within 30 foot of the
Oh,
machine.
you haven't. Sorry, I didn't realise you'd misty stepped. You can move.
What do you think I was doing? Why would I
misty
jump
step to
off
there.
the thing and just stay there?
This is my lot in life now.
Ah, I was going to have a cool line and everything.
Bam
I mean, you still
stays there
could.
as the machines go by. It gets distorted by time travel, apparently.
Or,
Wide man.
All right,
Okay,
we'll just
you
try and
can
do it
misty
with
step to there.
advantage. Can I see
You're
the
on-
wereball?
You can see 2 wereballs.
Oh, good. So I'm going to land on the thing, pretend that I didn't hurt myself, and say, "Hey, pork chops, nice to meet you. Name's Bam." And I'm going to fire my gun at the guy driving.
nice.
Wow.
Okay.
I wanted it next to his head, but I can't get to him. So
No.
20.
Hits.
Yay!
You do have advantage. I don't know.
Yeah, you do.
Oh, do I? Oh, well, I
grappled
still
by
wanted
It's
to be.
restrained.
I thought that was only for melee. No, it doesn't.
No. He's like restrained.
Just
restrained. He's
22?
not prone.
He can't dodge. So it makes sense to be for range.
Can he drive?
It's a good question. Can they take actions when they're restrained?
Yes.
Right, I think it's like movement speed. It's one of those silly things.
Yeah.
Anyway,
If they can take actions, then
bulleted
yes, he can
damage.
drive.
He can.
Roll damage anyway.
I did 4 silver bullet damage.
Ooh.
Nice.
Oh, I have a
Wait,
plus
did you
5
just
to hit,
shoot a
not plus 4.
lycanthrope with a silver bullet?
Yeah, I just shot him with a silver bullet. Yes.
They ain't
You know
saying
what?
it's
Fuck
like
it, I'm gonna say that does double damage because fuck it, it's a lycanthrope
We are
with
the
a silver
cure.
bullet.
We're also the disease.
That's okay, I'm
Okay,
immune to
that
disease.
is Spam's turn, yeah?
Yep.
Okay, War Machines continue on. Alan.
Hmm. Uh. I guess I'm firing off another shot. At that. Wait, no.
Go for
Would it possible? to
This
hit
is
the
where Alan
driver?
blows up the tire, and then we all die.
it.
Would it possibly hit the this guy, the driver man?
You can shoot it either. You'd have advantage on the driver.
Yeah, the driver guy then. That is a 10.
10 does not hit.
Bye bye.
Okay. Over to the
Ten.
driver.
He does.
He can still make attacks, right?
He can, but he's got disadvantage on attack.
Okay.
Hit me.
He's going to attack foe truffles because that's the only thing he can reach.
Yes.
That was a crit and a 17.
17 does not hit.
Amazing.
Imagine having the world's best tank and it being a fucking 2-foot tall elephant.
Oh, no.
Okay, over to... Oh, no, he's got another attack. That's in that one, never mind. Truffles. Oh, no, he gets to make a save. Hang on. What save was it?
Strength or dexterity, his choice. 17D.
If he makes dex, it's disadvantage.
Oh yeah, that's true.
it's restrained.
Forgot about that.
Actually, it's neutral because he gets advantage from his position.
Oh.
Because he's in the driver's seat, he has advantage on dex saves.
Okay.
For being grappled, what?
It's just what it says. If they're in
Fair
a gun
enough.
position
Is
or
it
a
a
seat,
swivel
they
chair?
get advantage on dex saves.
Oh no!
Yes. Sure,
He's just
it's
gonna
a swivel
spin.
chair.
Tornado out
He's-
of the grip.
He's going to spin dramatically as he gets an 18.
Oh, it's just what he needed. Motherfucker.
He spins and, like, gets rid of these...
They recede back into the engine.
Yeah, and get ground up into more bread.
They're not real. They're spectral.
They may not be real to you.
Spirit bread.
No, they're definitely real
Look,
to Higa. Higa is very
Ellie.
upset about this.
Ellie,
Yes.
none of this is real.
Don't say that.
No. We're in roll 20, so this isn't theatre of the mind, so it's real.
Yeah.
Lewis,
Okay.
what'd you say?
Anyway, over to Truffles.
Things going bad.
Truffles, get your shotgun out.
Oh
Shoot out the tire. Wait, no.
yeah. Where is
They're
that
not. They're
tire?
not tires. They're more like big metal wheels.
I'm feeling tired. Truffles misses.
Okay.
I rolled a 3. It wasn't a nat 1.
Sorry, fair enough.
Shot.
Over to Sneak.
I will shoot the driver again.
Okay, go for it. You don't have advantage anymore.
That was a 14 to hit.
Doesn't hit, unfortunately.
Damn.
Magic.
Higa.
I'm gonna step politely over this guy. Taking
Okay,
very
you can
careful.
stand on him.
Taking care. Like, sort of, not
Yeah.
standing on him, but standing over him. And I'm gonna say, you have defiled nature. And I am not one for letting that slip by, my friend. And, I'm gonna sort of...
Killed animals and plants.
Yeah, he's being a dick. As everyone can agree, he is being a dick. So I'm gonna pump a Divine Smite into my weapon. and then I'm going to conk him over the head non-lethally.
Okay.
Non-lethal divine smite once again.
It's fine. We'll throw him over the front of the Infernal War Machine if we beat him. It's not lethal. It's all good.
Does a 21 hit him?
21 does.
Okay, so I'm gonna roll this one on Discord because obviously Divine Smite has quite a few dice added to it.
Yeah, that's fair.
2d6 plus 3, and then whatever the Divine Smite does, which is
Depends on your spell slot.
2d8.
Yeah, it depends which spell slot you use.
I'm only using a normal one.
Okay.
He's not a fiend, is he? So
Nope.
he's not undead either, is he?
Nope.
Not yet.
That's 16 damage of various type. To him.
He takes that.
As the wheat from before like flashes out like lightning and strikes him once again. And then I'm going to
That's
attack
pretty
again.
cool.
It
Okay.
turns into Weetabix.
There's an 18 hit.
18 does it.
Okay, and then that's just a 2d6 plus 3. Sorry about this, guys. I'm still getting used to the paladin.
No, it's all good.
Okay.
It took me a while since.
It's an additional 8 damage.
Ooh. He's not quite dead.
You could go down now and you'd live.
I won't go down to the likes of you, Baphomet follower.
Well, that's okay then, because I just ran up to him, so I get to bonus attack and horn him.
He's feeling a bit
How
horny.
far do you have to run to do that, though?
Isn't
it as part of a charge
sorry,
that
that's
you
part
can
of the
call
dash
them?
action. That's lame. Who the fuck's
Yeah.
ever going to use that?
If you're a rogue, I guess that could be
A
quite useful.
Minotaur rogue.
Yeah,
A rogue with
Yeah.
hooves.
Yeah,
that'd be cool.
honestly, subvert
You
those
could put
expectations.
cushions on them.
You're talking in the group with a Goliath wizard. Come on.
Yeah,
Point.
Yeah, you could do
Goliath wizard and a Minotaur
I mean,
rogue.
like, even in real life, plastic shoes exist. So
Mm.
for horses
Right,
and stuff.
you doing
Oh,
anything
right,
else?
okay, I'm glad you specified 4 horses. I was going to be like, yeah, sure they do. Nah. Pretty
And
sure
we
that's
have
everything I
established
can do.
plastic is a thing in my world.
Well, it would be some sort of like vulcanized rubber or something. 'Cause that's
Actually,
also a
there
thing.
is something I can do. So, after you hit a creature with an attack as part of the attack action, you can use a bonus action to attempt to shove the target with your horns. The target must be no more than one size larger than you and within 5 feet of you. So, strength save, please.
Okay.
So I can use my horns
15?
for something. That matches.
So it passes.
Balls. Oh well.
No, bulls. Magnus, you're up.
Okay. Who can I help now?
everyone.
Who can I inconvenience now?
Do you have any random shit in your bag?
I do. I'm just not going to be able to get it back. So I have a couple of hand axes I could throw.
I didn't mean weapon.
Oh.
I can.
Chuck is just like, why don't you drive for a minute?
Yeah, I could take over if you want.
Careful with her.
Oh, I'll be very careful.
Mad Maggie will kill you if she crash her.
I will be very, very careful.
Right.
I'm not great at parking though.
And then he will move back so Magnus can jump in and steer.
All right, we go.
Okay. So, whilst in the driver's seat, you can use an action to propel the vehicle up to its speed.
I'm going to do that.
You can steer it along any course. You can also bring it to a dead stop.
That would be a
Really?
bad idea.
Can we reverse into them?
They've
Like
got a,
in Mario
they've got a
Kart.
grinder on the front.
Yeah.
With a bonus
Really?
action. With a bonus action, you can start the engine or shut it off. You can cause it to take the dash or disengage action. Or you can do some other stuff that you don't know about yet.
Okay. Is everyone all
Press
right
down the buttons.
for us to be going in this direction as we are? You don't want me to like start swerving or anything.
Magnus, hold firm.
No, just
Okay.
Don't change course.
Okay, I'll do that. Hold it steady.
Yeah,
I'll hold it
right.
steady.
And you see Chuck like pull a bow out and get ready to shoot at the others.
Very nice.
Okay, Ephraim.
I think it's time that we chill touch once again.
Are you chill touching?
The captain.
Okay.
That's 10, which I presume does not hit.
Mm-mm.
I don't want to use sport sorcery points. I refuse. So it's Foe Truffles' turn, and Foe Truffles will attack. Does a 18 hit the captain?
It does.
Ooh. So that
With
is...
mace, right?
Yes. That's the only option that Foe Truffles has. Look at my type. That is 12 points of radiant damage.
How would Foe Truffles like to do
If
this?
anyone deserved it, it was them.
Foe Truffles is just going to bring it straight down and cave this creature's skull in, screaming
Fucking hell.
in Celestial.
I told you
This
so.
ain't, this ain't your daytime, Truffles.
And then Foe Truffles will turn and look at the creature behind her and be like, in Celestial, just be like, it's your time now. And miss, obviously, but we'll see.
It screams at you. Actually, no.
That's
This
a
is
19.
a human because of the moonbeam. So the human screams at you.
Oh no, that's a 19?
Oh, you get another attack.
Yeah,
that hits.
multi-attack. That's
that
10
hits.
more radiant damage on the one at the back.
Okay, it takes it.
And
Well
I can
done.
roll for hit dice. That's the same as before.
Okay.
Cool.
We
Over
actually-
to the Kenku. Chuck is going to make an attack with their short bow.
We actually do have a Foe Truffles emote on Twitch. You just have to black and white the Truffles emote.
Oh yeah, be a tier 2 sup.
I don't know how to make it a tier 1. I wanted to make it a tier 1 one, but I can't.
Okay, Chuck does 9 damage to
Let me see
the
if I can do it.
wereball.
1 sec.
Then Clink's going to try and shoot it with the thing. Hits. Does another 7 damage. I buff the harpoon damage. It's not very good, is it? 2d8. That's rubbish.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive though.
That's-
Like when
that's-
you compare it to like normal things.
That is a is Moonbeam.
Okay, fair enough.
So, in that logic, it's equivalent to a second level spell.
Yeah.
Okay,
But the second
it is
level
the
spell does hit more than one thing.
Mm.
It is the wereball's turn. Who is just going to be like, fuck this, and jump off the back of the machine.
Can I get an opportunity attack as it goes?
You do.
Hey!
Only one
I'm
attack,
gonna miss. That's a 18.
though. 18 hits.
Fuck!
That's 15 points of damage.
Nearly kill it, but it's still alive.
Aw.
Let me see how much damage it takes from hitting the ground.
It doesn't get to
No.
use a acrobatic check.
Nope.
It's just a man.
It is just a man. He's just a poor boy from a poor family.
A boar family.
I can't believe we managed to hijack an infernal war machine in our first encounter with one.
Wow.
This is some like pirate level stuff.
Hold on, we've still got to fucking drive it back somehow.
Oh, that's fine.
Don't worry, it's my turn next.
Okay.
As the
I'm
wereball
glad Dan's
disappears,
confident.
and you guys are... Let's get rid of these bodies.
Because Higa would not be any use doing this.
Okay.
Did it die as it hit the floor?
We're up to Bam. You are on a runaway infernal war machine. What would you like to do?
I'm going to the wheel.
Okay. You get over into the driver's seat. Thank you. Or whoever moved Bam there.
I did it.
How does this?
I don't know. Roll me an intelligence check.
Oh, I'm glad it was you.
Ah. What is?
Does Higa's aura help with that at all?
No.
Oh.
No, it's not save.
I like how the ones that I should know.
Well, I can thoroughly say this
10.
combat has been very fun.
It has been very interesting.
Oh, thanks. 10. Okay. You you spent time on ships at some point in your career. You get
I
that
mean, I
turning
did.
the wheel. Sure. You were on the boat when you went down the river Chiontar.
Whilst Maruza was crying about the
Wait,
loss
wait.
of his beloved.
I
Yeah.
was actually driving the boat. Yes, there's some
There we
logic
go.
here. It's the exact same as this.
You understand that turning this is like a keel, and if you turn it, you might change the direction of the machine.
Surprise truffles.
Is there a bunch of buttons?
And there's also some like weird levers that are like built into the floor. You think if you press them, stuff might happen.
Ooh. Well, I've got to press one.
Which one do you press? There's a left one, a right one, and a middle one.
Do they have any fancy shapes or colours?
One of them's bigger.
Remember ABC?
Well, the bigger one, obviously.
Okay. So you put your foot down on the bigger one, and the engine revs up a little bit, but the machine keeps going at the same speed
You put it into a different gear.
as it was already going at its max speed.
Oh. Are we still in initiative now?
Yep. So
What
more
if
machines
I
keep
hurt
going.
that?
Alan, you doing anything?
Alan
Hello.
Child.
John Boy? Okay, over to
Oh,
him. He's dead. Truffles?
oh shit.
Finally, station sit. I just tried to remove the wrong truffles. I'd like to point out. There we go.
So Truffles is now the real Truffles.
It's taken
The whole
over.
time.
How long does faux truffles last?
That's a really good question.
8
Until my
hours.
heart desires it.
Okay.
It
Is
lasts
truffles just sitting down?
for up to 1 hour.
Okay. Sneak doing anything?
Could I propose maybe using the hook to maybe like tow or at least guide the war machine in the right direction?
Such a clever idea.
That
I'm
is
so
actually
proud of
really
you, Snake.
clever.
Sure. You would have to get Magnus to slow down a little bit so that you could get close enough. Actually, you know what? Just roll me an attack roll with a plus 10 to hit.
In my normal attack roll then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
What'd you get?
15.
Ordinarily that would not hit, but I'm going to say it's a big ass machine. So yes, you managed to grapple onto a bit of the front grille with this grappling hook.
Truffles, does it look like it's secure?
I don't know. Why are you asking me? I don't
Ask
even know what this
Keegan,
thing
then.
is.
It looks fairly secure from what you can tell. You're not very experienced in using Infernal War Machine grappling claws, though.
Does it look secure? I don't know. He says I don't know.
Talking of someone with that voice, it's Higa's turn.
Let me. What is going on? I suppose I should turn this grinder off.
Yeah, it slows to a halt. You just hit a lever and it actually no, roll me an intelligence check to see if you can figure
I
out the
am
controls.
not smart.
Actually, speed it up.
That's a 15. I actually rolled quite well.
15, yeah. You managed to figure out which button would be the off button. Spoiler alert, it's the big red one.
I hate
It
red.
just says on. It says on and off.
I hate red.
Yeah, you hit the red
He just
button, it
headbutts
turns off. That's a really funny image, to be fair. Just like smash, dunk.
And the grinder grinds to a halt.
It does. It's actually called a chomper, but yeah.
Chompy.
So
It's
we've got
more
a
of a
chucker and we've got a
grinder in this
chomper.
image. Okay, the original concept art for this vehicle, it's more of a chomper, but on this map thing, it's more of a grinder, so we're going to call it a grinder.
I mean, we did say that the goat got ground up in.
Yes.
Rip.
Yes, it's now ground lamb.
My wizard companion, are you alright back there?
Yep.
Goat doesn't create ground lamb, dear.
They're both sheep-like, okay?
They're not the same thing. They're
Goats
not the
in
same.
shambles.
I mean, they're kind of not.
Whoa!
Thank you, Hollow.
This is the most controversial thing you've ever said.
God, this is a bigger argument than the sandwich situation.
Yeah, but what? This is a
Okay,
legit different biological thing.
Yeah, no,
Alright.
I have nothing
I'm
to do
going to
other
tweet
than
David Attenborough.
keep
Hey,
looking.
Where-
This,
Dave,
Where
this is
are we
the...
going?
basically goat.
We're going to.
Right, enough about goats.
Okay.
In-game info is the original concept art for that vehicle.
I think
Oh,
I
cool.
already have it saved, actually.
No, that was for the other vehicle. That's the one you
Well,
guys
that's
tried.
really cool.
Hmm.
I like its little wrecking ball. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's what's on the back
It
of this
doesn't
one.
seem very useful, though.
No.
Yeah, but like, think about it. You could
It's
just
a
smash
hellish
that.
vehicle.
It just feels very unpractical, that record.
Let me introduce you guys to Hobart's Bunnies.
Oh yeah.
Right. Okay, so we are out of initiative, we'll say.
Yeah.
Oh, can faux truffles go up to Higa and heal them?
Sure.
Cool.
Okay.
Just because I can.
Okay.
That's 10 points of healing.
Thank you.
I presume that Higa's not at full health because
No.
it says that you're not
No,
on.
that's correct. In fact,
Cool.
I'm actually lower than what it says there. So,
Oh.
I'm on
And then
50.
Ephraim is going to drop the spell and be like, farewell, friend. And faux truffles is gone.
Magnus. Sorry, Boris.
Uh-huh.
Can I take over?
I mean, if you want to.
Right, yeah, let me get back in my seat. Move.
No.
Not
Right.
what?
If you want to. No!
Don't
I
make me
want to be
peck
seen
you.
to be doing what I'm doing.
He pecked you on the shoulder.
Ow. If I had my bucket, you wouldn't be able to do that.
Move.
No.
He just kind of grapples you
Okay.
out of the seat.
Magnus, get out of a sheet.
That's a strong Kenku. Oh my god.
Okay. Sorry.
Jumps back in the seat and
You've changed
just
my
kind of slows your machine down to kind of come along parallel. I'll say we'll come off a roll 20 now. We don't really need it anymore.
Sneaky's gonna like
Big
hop
ones.
along beside Ephraim. Did you see it? Did you see it? Did you see what I did?
I'm so proud of you, Sneak. You did so well. And all I did was sit here and do nothing.
You did good too.
This is ours.
Sneak's gonna bob her head so her horns wave a little bit in the air.
But yeah, so Chucker's gonna pull the other machine up so it's parallel to the Demon Grinder. That is the name of this machine. And Clink kind of gets off the ballista and hops on over to the other machine. Kind of waddles over to you, Bam. Chucker's just like, right, you drive it. We'll take them both to Maggie.
Oh yeah.
Well done, guys.
okay.
Maggie will be pleased with you.
We not get
Got a whole other war machine.
Yeah, job's a good one.
Okay.
Unless you want to drive it.
I
I'm
would.
hungry.
Do you have any
would like to
experience
just pipe
driving
up
Infernal
some
war machines?
Whoa, I haven't fell off the track yet.
Now that you mention
Right,
it.
let Clink show you how to drive it.
Yes,
How
yes.
about that?
Please show me.
Right.
I'm thinking of becoming an artificer. You see.
That would make sense for Bam, actually.
So yeah, Clink kind of gestures for you to get up and then hops into the driving seat. Right. Right, you tell him what to do, Clink.
Right, so basically, you push this big button here, and that makes it go. And then...
Right. I learned that bit.
Sorry, one thing. You know the sort of circular disc thing you saw in the steering wheel on your machine? There's one of those in the steering wheel of this one as well.
Is that the key?
I don't know.
Ignition.
Is it?
I don't know.
Clink, what does it do?
Right, no, you don't press that one. That one is the self-destruct button.
Wait, what?
Okay, basically there is like so the controls for this machine, there is a steering wheel. There's the glowing runic disc in the center of that.
Don't press it.
It's not really a button, it's more of like a thing that clicks into the slot there.
Don't activate it.
Is it a horn?
There's also it's kind of coin like, yeah, it's like a big coin. As well as that, there's various pedals. There is one to make it go faster. There's one to make it go slower. And also, there is a little inlet valve that is similar to one that you poured the demon blood into before.
What'd you just call me?
Oh.
An inlet valve. Yeah, it's a fairly simple contraption. You know, it goes fast, it goes slow, or it goes left, or it goes right.
Oh, this is rather simple, actually.
Yeah. Symbols. Right, listen. So, basically, if you pull it to the left, now, shocker, the machine's going to go left. If you pull it to the right, shocker, the machine's going to go right. Now, if you pull
It's
on
actually
it...
got inverted controls on.
No, it ain't.
What if I was reversing
No,
and steering
this
the
ain't-
wheel? Then
this-
which direction will I be going?
This ain't Star Fox. Right, listen. Then, if you pull it towards you, that activates the thrusters.
Okay.
This is how we Kenku fly. No, it does not. It doesn't have thrusters.
And if you
I'll
push
tell you
it-
what, if you pull it towards you, that activates the nitrous boost from the demon blood.
That's what I meant.
Yeah.
I was just saying it in a funny way.
That's a good question. Is there any demon blood on it?
Right, but if you push it in, that activates the tractor.
Yes. Ooh.
And what does that do? Well, it's like an override for the grinder at the front. What?
To a tractor. Okay, yeah, that's yeah, right.
it's
That's,
even
that's
got
pretty much how it
coupled.
works.
Thank you
isn't
for
it, Clink?
appreciating that amazing pun, Lewis. You're the only one who did.
I'm having a
It has
really hard
couples.
time with Clink's voice.
Why?
Because every time Clink speaks, all I can hear now is Jay from the In-Betweeners, and I don't know why.
That's perfect. No, that's exactly what I'm going for.
Yep.
Right, completed that one, mate. You got that?
Right, so
Got all that?
Yep, I got all that.
Brilliant. Now don't crash it.
I won't.
they just like
Over to you,
watch
Chuck.
him, yeah?
Right, alright. Got
Yeah.
it. Got it. I'll keep my eyes peeled.
Right. Yeah, that sounds painful, but okay.
And like, Click just like gets like maybe about 10 centimeters away from Bam. Wait a minute, don't I know you somewhere?
Do you?
Both of you roll me a history check. Let me tell you what your bonus would be, Ellie.
It's not
Plus
good.
0, just a straight D20.
No, Clink does not remember.
You initiated it, and you have no clue.
Nah, you.
Uh,
I know what it is. You look like
Did
you look like my Aunt Fanny.
what did Bam get?
I got a 21.
Yeah, you recognise this is the Kenku that you saw in the bar in Baldur's Gate on the bar that was on the docked ship, the Hang's Lantern, I think it was. No, the
You're
Low
from the
Lantern.
Hanged
That was it.
Lantern.
Yeah.
The Low Lantern.
The Low Lantern.
How'd you know that?
Because I recognise you.
Wait, it's starting to come back to me now. Your name's Methuselah, right?
No.
Too soon.
Close. Starts with a B, ends with an M. I've already said it.
It has a
Middle is
vowel
an
in
A.
the middle.
Boom!
I said A.
Oh. Right, bam, 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 bam.
Yep.
I feel like a Kenku would really like an onomatopoeia name.
Yeah. Bam!
That is my name.
And then Clink opens its mouth, but all that comes out is the sound of Bam's pistol.
Yep, that's my name.
Oh, no,
And
we
that's
got
what I
one
tell
up from
people nowadays.
Right. I like it. Perfect for driving a infernal war machine.
I feel like it fits me.
Clink's still, like, very close to Bam's face. Like, beak almost touching him. Right. And he stands back up. Sort of throws his arms out and goes, "Is it the life in it? The wind in your feathers?"
I don't have feathers.
Wait, there's
But
no wind
yes,
down
it's
there,
great.
is there? Oh, fuck.
There's wind. It's just
I miss
not
wind.
like.
Oh, it's like bad air conditioning.
I
It's
miss
just
wind.
hot air
Yeah.
coming
Oh,
through.
yeah. It's like bad air conditioning where there's loads of dust in the vents.
I miss wind. The most I got, the closest I got to wind down here is Mad Maggie's sleep farts.
That's canon. That's canon now.
Oh no.
Why am I so good at improvisation but can't do anything else?
Yeah, that was good. Chuck is just like, right, we'll probably be back at full
Don't tell her I said
Knucklebone in about. No, I won't. Don't worry. Don't worry, Clink.
Right.
Right,
You won't.
we'll probably be back at Mad Maggie's place in about half hour.
Slowly.
So if anyone
trundle.
wants to. Yeah, I mean, they're only going at 20 miles an hour, so.
Keep, wait, careful, it's a school zone.
In hell?
A
don't
bunch of
think you need to
Lemiors
worry
with
about the
backpacks
speed.
just kind of go in front of the thing.
Mow them down.
As-
10 points
as-
ahead.
as a fucking Bone Devil, but instead of a trident, he's got a fucking lollipop.
Yeah, you both stop at the zebra crossing for all the Lemieux students to go by
No,
with
no.
their
Oh,
backpacks
run them
and their
down. We've got
books.
2 chances. Get strike.
It's up to you.
No, Ephraim. They are children. They are not who we are here for.
In
I mean,
hell.
technically, they're reincarnated souls, but yeah.
Oh no, they're going to soul school.
I was joking.
Okay.
How did this become
Yeah.
actually part of the game?
There are no jokes in hell.
No, it's okay. Yeah, fuck it. It happens anyway. You wait for them to cross, and then you
Oops.
keep going, and eventually you get to this. You see it in the distance to begin with. This sort of rocky outcropping. You saw it from above in the vision, but from this point of view, you can vaguely tell that it's like, hand shaped, but you think that like without the other viewpoint you had, it would probably be kind of hard to figure that out from this angle.
Mm.
And this, you can see that there's walls kind of stretching out from either side of it that sort of encircle a sort of courtyard. around the fingers. And eventually, it's going to be good. The two war machines kind of trundle up at a slow pace. You've kind of slowed them down. Now Clink's kind of like told you to ease off the gas as you get closer.
Ease off the gas when you get closer.
And you kind of stop at the gate, and it's like this big metal gate kind of made out of scrap tied together with, I don't know,
Crap.
bits of, yeah, sure, demon crap and sinew, all that cool stuff. That was the word I was actually looking for. And you see that there's these two small creatures on either side of the gate, and they look a bit like, I'm going to put it in in-game info.
Is
I
my
hope they're
fourth
not
and fifth
closets.
character, respectively.
Hmm.
I'm kidding. I hope.
What, it's a demon?
Where are they?
Lewis is like, I'm not.
So one looks like this.
Oh, word.
His scythe is
No,
fucking
not a red
huge.
cat.
Oh wow.
Yo, I love him.
And the
What a
other one
lad.
looks like...
Man's got fresh kicks from
Oh,
Candy.
I hate these.
That's actually
Pure
part of the thing,
compensation.
that they've got these big iron boats. And the other one looks like this.
Oh wow, he's a cutie.
I
No,
fucking love both of these creatures.
Do they
What
have
are
names?
They're beautiful. I
I
love
think
them.
one's a red cat.
So the one without the giant teeth and drooling is just like, you hate see Mad Maggie? Yeah. What's the password? Chuck is just like, not this again.
You know what the bloody
Clink.
password is?
No, it's changed since you've been out. What is it?
Oh, come on. It's... Don't make me say it. It's
No,
so
say it,
embarrassing.
say it.
Oh my god. King
Say it
Goose
again.
flightless feathers.
And it starts to like pull on a chain, and the gates open for you guys to drive in.
That's rather rude.
Yeah, I know. They're bastards, both of them. Especially the dribbly one.
And as you guys are driving by the gate, they both just kind of jump down onto one war machine each. The dribbly
Oh.
one lands next to you, Bam. He's
No,
like, who are you?
name's Bam.
Bam, like a bomb.
Badass Bam.
Listen to this guy. Who are you? Fucking hell.
Right, do you have a present? Do you have a present for me?
For you.
Yeah. You gotta give me one.
Hold on.
We'll be
Let me look in my bag.
friends.
And when I mean my bag, I mean my hat.
Ooh, I like hat presents.
Well, it's
I never want to hear Lewis do this voice ever again.
Do you like my hat?
bit molesting,
Here's
isn't
a
it?
shield. With
Yeah,
a skull
if he starts
on
doing
it,
that in bed, he's
and
getting
it's
kicked out.
fresh blood.
We sleep
fresh.
with a dog.
Sorry, what did you say, Callum?
I gave him a shield with a skull on it. It used to have fresh blood on it.
Oh, I like blood.
Hey, let
And
me
he
see
just
that.
kind of
Let me see that for a sec.
There you go.
No, it's my shield, and he
No.
kind of just runs off with the shield over his head and jumps off the side of the machine.
I was going to introduce a bit of slapstick comedy, but that'll do.
No, he's gone.
All right.
It's the
Well,
other
I'm
one's
glad I
on the
got rid of
machine with the
that.
rest of you, and just kind of wanders over to Sneak and was like, "Hello."
Those small creature.
Fucking Larry Bundy.
Salutations. My name is Sneak.
Hello, you.
Sneak, yeah?
Yeah.
Do they call you that because you sneak?
Sometimes. Other times, I'm very loud.
Accurate.
And I'm going to pull
Right.
Rufus out of my bag and say, "This is my friend Rufus."
Oh, can I keep him?
No, she's mine.
Can I stroke her?
Snake will hold Rufus out for stroke, but keep a very firm grip on it.
Yeah, Rufus kind of recoils a little bit,
Rufus,
and this thing kind of
nice.
Rufus turns his butt towards.
Oh, stench
this
of these
thing.
lot. It rivals a skunk, I tell you.
Not bum firing.
Oh, and it pokes Rufus, and Rufus just sprays it, and it just starts laughing. It's like, oh, I needed a bath.
Oh
You
dear
just-
Lord.
I'm gonna go tell the others, and it just like jumps off the machine from the other side.
Oh, Rufus, you made a stinky.
I can't believe it. Just outweeded.
I actually really love red caps. I'm reading about them right now because I was curious.
Oh,
Yeah, they're pretty good, aren't they?
Yeah.
They're
fucking edgy as hell, though.
Yeah.
Sneaky's just standing there holding Rufus, looking slightly bewildered.
Yeah, so you kind of with Klink's guidance, you follow Clucker's machine and park it up in kind of like the crook of two of the fingers. There's kind of like these sort of garages in the spaces between the fingers of this rocky section. You park it up, and you can see that there's a couple of other war machines. Most of them are in sort of disrepair, have been sort of taken apart. There's a couple that look like they are in sort of good condition. They would probably only need a few repairs and they'd be good to go. So you park up.
Oh, they
and
so.
Jack is just like, right, come on, off of it. Clink, get yours off of that one.
What?
We'll go tell Maggie that we've got a new machine.
On it, boss.
Right, are you all getting down?
I get off.
Yep.
Yep.
Sneaky's gonna hold her arms up
Climb
for Bam to lift her off.
You're on different machines.
You do realise.
Yeah,
I'm
but
on a
as
machine,
Bam
and
walks
you are
past,
really high up.
I will clamber down onto Bam's shoulders as he goes past.
Okay.
Which is acceptable.
Rufus is also safely tucked back in my bag after being told off for spraying new friends.
Oh, the red cap seem to enjoy it.
I suppose he did poke her in a chocolate starfish, so you get what you
Yikes.
deserve.
He didn't poke her in the butt.
Wow.
Clink starts
That's
whistling
what you make it sound
as he walks
like.
past. Chocolate starfish.
Like,
I like that.
you said she turns round and he poked her, so I presumed he poked her in the butt. I mean, it's like animal molestation, but, you know.
To be fair, it's what a red
Again,
cap would do.
anyway.
If
Peter,
the Wiki's
I
anything to be
apologise.
trusted.
I haven't actually read a lot about them other than what's in like their creature description. I'll
there
read
was
a bit
one
more about
part I
them
found
between now and the
particularly
next session.
Can I share it?
Okay, don't tell me. I'll no. Let's save it for now. Okay, so you kind of walk up to you can see that there's been like bits carved into this kind of like a not man-made, I suppose devil-made cave in this plateau. We'll call it a plateau. And basically this thing is like Uluru, but in the shape of a hand. If you get me, like it's this Uluru, the big
Ayers
rock in
Rock.
Australia.
Formerly known as Ayers Rock.
I didn't even
Yes.
notice.
But it is
Oh,
Uluru.
I know Ayers Rock. Yes.
Yeah,
Well,
it's like Ayers Rock, but in the shape of a hand.
Uluru now.
And so there's been like passages
wedged
carved
Uluru.
into the sort of crook of the fingers, and there's this sort of big heavy gate on it, and it opens, and you see these two figures.
More stuff for the stream.
Uh,
Get out of the way,
Let
Monkey.
me
I need to
find
put stuff
the
on
You have
picture.
stream.
so
Hang on.
many pictures.
No, it's great. It means we're getting somewhere.
Yeah, you're meeting some characters. Oh, hang on. Here's another picture of the Madcaps.
Oh, they straight up look like Final Fantasy enemies. Look at them,
Mm.
lads.
The Digimon.
They do look like
That's it.
And
Yep.
help. There is, isn't it?
Yeah, you see these two figures as the door opens.
Oh.
You see
I
a
love these.
hag.
I love them.
I'm not sure about the one on the left.
So you see a hag with two little wings coming off of her back and horns, with a pair of red tinted goggles on her forehead. She has what looks to be, you would know because you fought one, a ice devil skull around her belt.
What a laugh.
Various sort of, hag clothes, like the, like the sort of thick dress, sort of tattered.
What a woman.
She's got, she's also got some sort of like, demon and devil parts as sort of some light
It's
armor.
sewn together.
Yes.
Oh, no.
Yeah. And the creature on the left-hand side
Oh, she's literally sewing. Oh, okay.
Ooh.
seems to be made up of various parts of devils and demons that
She's
have
just
been
finishing it off.
constructed together.
Don't like it.
With two big horns coming off of its head.
He's a homunculus.
It look
I don't like what
Infernal
his mouth
golem.
is.
It looks down at you, and the hag looks up at it and goes, "Now, Mickey, we'll let's be
Mickey?
nice to the new arrivals."
The mouse?
No, just Mickey.
Mickey
She turns
Mouse.
to you. She turns
Mickey
to
Mouse, and this
Kenku
is
and she's
Mickey
like,
Mouse.
"Chaka, clonk, clink, sorry.
You what?
What have you brought me?"
What'd you call me?
Sorry, that was that was the one you replaced.
What? Hold on.
Oh, there was another.
Say,
There was another Kenku before you.
My life is a lie. Is that all I have for you, Mad Maggie?
You pass butter.
Did you? I see you've come back with another war machine. Where'd you get that? You didn't go into Rakadraga's territory, did you?
We
might have.
we might have.
I've got to meet Ragged.
Oh, by the way, who are these?
I am Sneak. I am sorry for the disgusting smell. My skunked.
Oh, I wondered what was up with that red cat.
don't
I
think
thought
she-
it had just rolled around in some
I
demon
don't
blood.
think she's in the situation to judge.
She is not.
Yeah,
I imagine
Snake.
that thing next to her smells awful.
It really does. It smells horrible. Oh, sorry, 1 second. And she she casts prestidigitation on Mickey, which kind of appears as like a small can of deodorant in her hand that she sprays him with.
That's
what,
an
what brand
artifice.
of deodorant?
Axe, it has to be. Links, yeah.
Which one?
Links Africa.
Links Africa.
Yes,
I don't know. I'm more of a
Maybe
Lynx
now
guy
smells
myself.
like a chav.
At least it's not Links Marmite, dear.
Oh, called
Yes,
out.
actually, you know what? Fucking hell, it's Link's Marmite. It smells
I would wear
even
that.
worse now.
Arguably, that's worse.
I love the smell of Marmite.
I do.
Anyway,
John,
she's
honestly,
like, "Right."
it was a summer of torment.
I've still got it.
Don't you
Somewhere.
dare wear it on Saturday, I swear to God.
Anyway, she's like, right, come in. We'll introduce you to the others. And
Come inside and meet the missus.
as you all walk in, the gates kind of magically close behind you, And that is where we'll leave it for tonight, as you guys have reached Fort Knucklebone.
I love a bit
Oh.
of whimsy.
Fort Knuckle.
Whimsy.
Fort Knucklebone.
Hold on, you didn't do the thing.
Mhm. Oh, the thing.
Oh,
Thing.
there is a clock on the door as it closes behind you. And it says it's closing time for the Mystic Tavern.
There we go.
Cheers for listening, everyone.
Those of
Thank you.
Yeah.
Sorry if that was a bit of a slower session. I was working
Oh,
out
no,
the
very
Infernal War
fun.
Machine rules.
I
Very
have
fun.
no qualms with that whatsoever. That was very fun because we could afford to be silly rather than fearing for our lives constantly.
Yeah, they weren't too tough enemies.
Yeah, so go and podcast them over real quick. Thank you for tuning in to this episode of the Mystic Tavern Rise of the Infernal Lords.
Ooh, that code switch.
Oh yeah. Remember, we have a Twitter that will tell you when we are streaming, as well as other announcements. We are also doing reruns this weekend because we've figured out how to do those now because we're no longer idiots. And we also have a YouTube where all of the replays go up anyway, in case you've missed one that's been deleted off of the VODs. We hope you'll tune in next week for Icewind Dale, in which, I don't know, what's going on there, Callum?
I don't know.
You heard it from the best. I don't.
Oh,
Good night,
they have a
everyone.
plan.
They
They're all
get up
going
on
to
a
do stuff.
Tuesday. They got a few more days to deal with the camp.
I'd like to run something by you. I should have run everything by you guys, but I think a good outro. Like I thought of something fun
Oh, we
for an
off?
outro. No, we're still going.
Okay.
I thought of something fun for an outro. At the end of every session, I'm gonna say, remember to blank. Come up with something funny.
Okay.
No
Wow.
pressure, come on.
Remember
the
to
first
respawn next Tuesday.
Remember
Okay.
to not poke people in
yeah,
the
It'll be
teeth.
relevant
Remember
to the game,
not to
so-
throw your goat into a war machine.
Always remember. Spray deodorant on weird demon corpse, I guess.
He's called Mickey.
Warn me next time. I'll prepare one for Tuesday.
No, I'll prepare them. It's for me. I want to do it.
Oh, I thought this was like a figure out something in.
We can all figure
Yes.
it out collectively.
But yeah,
All right.
tune in
Bye.
next Wednesday as well to meet the inhabitants of Fort Knucklebone.
Wednesday.
What did I say?
You said Tuesday.
Sorry,
Yes.
Wednesday.
Tune in next Wednesday, where we will meet the inhabitants
It's worked
of
out very well.
Fort Knucklebone.
That's it. That's its canon name now.
Remember to avenge the wheat. Goodbye.